Yep.
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 Okay. Then let's get going, I suppose. So the group is going to start heading back toward Treetop Village with a pair of notes in tow, both sealed by wax found in Eldric's little hut. Grills did his best job, writing with his left hand, so it's a bit scraggly on both accounts. And then he transformed into a bear and stamped one, and transformed into a tiger and stamped the other. They are both glowing endorsements of Lavinia as a candidate as protector and elder of Treetop. You have the tincture from Eldric, and you were correct in that he had skulked off and not returned prior to your departure. So you have 2 days worth of travel making it back to Treetop proper. So that means that we have 2 camps to get through. Who is managing Egg's things?
What things do you mean? Because wouldn't he have taken his normal everyday gear with him?
Oh, he took his gear, yes, but his bedroll and backpack and things like that. So he straight up is roughing it.
That fucking moron. I guess I'll take care of it.
We could just throw it in the hole.
Yeah, you know what?
What
Throw
could
it
he
in the
be
hole.
doing? No, roll it up nice for him.
No, fuck that guy. Throw it in the hole.
Isn't there meat in the hole?
Oh, gross. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, no, because they would have eaten. Oh, I bought all this fucking meat in. I did. I bought 40 chunks of meat in Treetop.
Well, then we'll say that Egg took it with him. You know what? He'll have his backpack. So it's literally just his bedroll that got left with the note. And he, let's say he only did it so that you would know that he
That it
had
was
left.
from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, fine. So he took the meat. Follower had already eaten the giant elk. So there is no meat currently in the hole.
Oh, no.
Did you know that there's already a character named Lavinia in Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica?
Is there really?
Yeah. I just typed in, I was looking for an image, and Lavinia of the 10th popped up as an NPC from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. Look at this.
Heh.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting, I suppose.
Hmm.
All right. So I guess with Egg's bedroll in tow, somebody will have it, or you can toss it in the pit. It doesn't really matter. The group heads out, setting back toward Treetop Village, leaving no indication for Egg whatsoever that that's where they're going. And so the first night comes, and the group needs to set up camp. Now, you have an interesting conundrum here in that you are missing one of your typical watch members. So what does the group plan to do?
Tiny hut it up.
Right? So, the tiny hut.
I suppose that with the blight gone, we don't really have to have every hour of the night covered because we're not afraid of the horse anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But we are still worried about political spies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they can't see us, though.
Second here. Okay, so we did buy the line and the small bells. So I think each night we set up a small perimeter around the hut. I'll take first and fourth watch.
How big is Tiny Hut again?
Ooh. I was in combat. 10-foot radius.
Okay. So 20 feet.
Correct.
I wonder what happens if you cast it in an area where it wouldn't fit.
Presumably, whatever shrubs and trees are in the way are inside the hut.
Let's not say shrubs and trees. Like if you were to find a little rocky outcropping or inlet and cast it, I wonder if it would take the shape or take the space that was available to it, or if you just wouldn't be able to cast it. I think it would take the shape that's available to it, so we'll go
I
with that.
assume
That's
so,
fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Like clip through the wall, basically.
Yeah, well, not even clip. Like it would just fill the space available to it. Like water in a container.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you got Tiny Hut. You got a little string of bells. Say that you guys do find a nice little rocky inlet to camp out. Is everybody just gonna sleep the night away? How's that gonna work?
I'll do first and fourth watch.
Okay. Okay.
I'll do second watch.
So you guys are actively keeping watch. Okay. And Lavinia?
I'm wondering if I should do some nonsense.
By all means, do nonsense.
Some nonsense.
Yeah. What kind of garbage do we have in the group inventory?
Oh, I'm sure there's lots of garbage in there.
How many bells did we buy?
3.
3.
Okay, I will cast Tiny Servant on one of the bells.
Okay. You have a bell with arms and legs.
Yes. And it lasts 8 hours, so I will have it supplement the watch outside of the hut. And if it detects anything, have it run in and start ringing.
Okay. All right.
So Udnar only has to take one watch.
All right, so let's go with the first watch then.
And that is typically me.
Well, give me your perception check.
It's the end of the day. I'll use a luck point.
All right. As your third night begins in Eldric's Woods, since the cleansing of the blight, the woods are much more active than they were when last you were here. It seems that life, or some sort of terrible mockery of it, has begun to return, as the shuffling and groaning and moaning of the living dead in the absence of the Death Singer seems to, they're no longer just rotting away to ash due to the blight. And so at several points during the night, you literally can see some sort of unliving creature just wander by on the nearby trail. I will go ahead and share the map with you guys.
Oh, had I known we were actually in this kind of outcropping,
Mm-hmm.
I would have holed us in and taken out the large boulder from the giant's wallet.
Okay. How big is that boulder?
I don't remember. I think it took up 4 squares on
Okay.
Roll20 map grid.
Okay. So 10 by 10.
Yeah. And use
Okay.
that to cover the entryway.
Let's see if I have a boulder. Items. Nope, it's a scroll of transmute rock. Boulder?
Do you have
You're
a
gonna need
token
that
with the
boulder,
letter
man.
B on it?
That's
Yeah,
our
what I
main
was gonna
weapon.
do. People's notes, NPCs, items, parcels.
It's
Do I not
literally the
have-
only thing we do.
Animal tokens, characters, D&D, D&D, D&D. No. Just B. That's bronze dragon. There we go. There's lots of Bs, so we'll go with this B. How do I... Oh, God.
Oh dear.
Oh
How
lord.
do I... Can I undo? No. No, I broke it. Alright, well... that ruined everything. I mean, that's the right size, but how do you resize tokens? This is a conundrum, and I can't undo. There's no undo button.
We're just getting really close in our tiny hut, that's all.
No, please. Oh, no.
In the combat tracker, you can set the scale of each individual token.
How? Where's the scale button?
The Fantasy Grounds help page doesn't have the images load that explain it.
Oh my god. Alright, so what if I just do this? Delete token.
Hold control and use the mouse wheel to scale individual tokens.
Neat.
Nice.
The big zombie. Okay, that fixes pretty much everything. That's good to know. All right, so you got a big old boulder. I guess it would be there, or yeah, it'd be either here or here. Did the grid go away?
No, the grid's
No.
still there.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's naturally a grid on the map, so I wasn't sure if died whenever I broke all the tokens. Okay, so where do you want the boulder?
Basically,
Right.
whichever spot would obfuscate the fact that there are people staying back here.
I mean, both of them will, but you're gonna leave like some form of gap no matter what.
I think right there is fine.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, that's what everybody needs to be doing.
That's my favorite thing to do.
All right. So, several times again through the night, you'll see zombies, wandering by, doing zombie things.
Now they cannot enter the hut, correct?
Correct. And I made the outside of the hut gray to blend in with the rockscape.
Nice.
Isn't it transparent or translucent?
From the inside, I can make the outside whatever color I want.
I see. Okay. All right. I suppose that would be watch one unless you're going to do something.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Because I have been carrying this ring around,
Ooh, what you gonna do?
I'm going to touch the giant's wallet to it.
Okay. You do that. You touch it.
So what was supposed to happen?
Was it not expecting a magical item to be touched to it to do some nonsense?
I mean, you touched them together. Now what? Nothing happened that you could see.
Hmm.
You put the ring against the box.
Now you have to put something in the ring.
No magical nonsense occurred in front of my eyes.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll take 10 minutes to cast Identify on the ring.
Okay. It is now a ring of storing. The ring itself is practically indestructible. It will expand to fit any single item weighing up to 1,000 pounds. It cannot be another container or the contents are lost forever. It creates a stable pocket dimension with up to 10 minutes of air and always weighs, well, I guess it wouldn't. Yeah, no, it always weighs 5 pounds.
It's a heavy
A
ring.
really fucking heavy
Mhm.
ring.
Yep.
Do I get an additional 1d4 to
I guess it wouldn't
Unarmed
weigh 5 pounds.
strikes?
It always weighs whatever it weighed beforehand.
Okay. And if I cast Identify on the box?
So you're gonna take another 10 minutes. You cast Identify. You will find that the giant's wallet is an old wooden box. It is a 12 by 6 by 4. It's practically indestructible. It will expand to fit any single item
okay.
weighing up to 1,000 pounds. The item cannot be another container of contents, or the contents are lost forever. It has a stable pocket dimension with up to 10 minutes of air and always weighs 5 pounds.
Neat. Now I can have 2 rocks.
Ugh.
How do you suggest that you get a rock in and out of a ring that you can't wear?
This seems like it maybe was a bad idea, but all right.
Like
We can roll with it. It's
my
fine.
suggestion was touching the ring of dark vision to the other ring so that we could have 2 rings of dark vision, but no, now we have a ring of storing.
Hey,
Honestly, the
You're
comprehend
asleep.
languages probably would have been better. Even. But whatever. This is funnier, so I'm down with it. I just like the idea of a ring being 5 pounds.
It's not a 5 pound ring. It would be whatever. Like the only reason the box always weighs 5 pounds is because the box weighed 5 pounds before it was
Right.
magicked.
Okay.
It simply copied the magic. So
Yeah, okay.
I guess I would play around. I'm not going to put on the ring because I don't know how it functions yet as a ring of storage.
we got to be careful not to call it a ring of storing because that is actually a magic item.
Oh, really?
I guess I'll take a dagger and see how I can fandangle it into the ring.
Fandangle. That is certainly one way to say that word. So you eventually figure out that the ring opening now functions as the basically the box lid. So the ring grows until it can engulf the dagger, and as it passes over the dagger just kind of disappears into the ether.
Question.
Answer.
Does the
Daily
ring
double.
have to face a certain way for the dagger to come out?
Answer. You are asleep.
If I turn the ring upside down and shake it?
The dagger falls out, narrowly missing your toes.
Now if I try to put it in from the other side of the ring.
The ring grows and sucks up the dagger.
My God.
Hmm. And if I turn it upside down, opposite of the side I put the dagger into.
The dagger falls out.
So it must always be held sideways.
Well, if you just turn it upside down, nothing happens. But when you shake it, the dagger falls out.
Okay.
Just like with the box.
Interesting.
This may have
Okay.
accidentally been genius.
Are you doing anything else during your watch?
No, I'm done with my experimenting for now.
Okay. Well, the dead continue to roam by. At multiple points, the alarm runs in and begins pelvic thrusting.
Okay. I will change its instructions to let us know of something that is not a shambling undead
Okay.
comes into range.
Okay. So now that Pedalin and Udanar have been rudely awoken by the pelvic thrusting bell servant multiple times, they are finally able to get some rest. Lavinia's watch comes to an end, and thus begins watch 2.
I think that's me.
Okay. Pedalin is awoken by Lavinia. Is any information exchanged?
Oh, I'll tell her, look what I did, and I'll take out the ring, turn it, and then shake it.
So a dagger falls out of the ring.
It works
What
just
good
like
is
that box
cutting
does.
off your own hand with a dagger in a ring?
Well, it doesn't have to be a dagger. It functions just like the box that we had.
Have.
Right,
What
it's still.
happens? Yeah, but you can't wear it now.
That's fine. It doesn't tell me where north is anymore, so this is a better use for it.
All right.
And I go to sleep a little dejected that she's not as happy about it.
Well, I'm
As I
just
am.
I'm just trying to think of like if we got our opponent to put the ring on. What's his name? Oh, it's in my notes. Lautric? If we got
This is
Lautric to
actually a
put the ring
hilarious
on,
idea.
He would be sucked into the ring.
There's potential for this.
And we would win by default.
There's definitely
course.
potential. Oh my
Of
god,
course,
this could go
Lautric
so dumb.
might be dead.
10 minutes of bear.
10 minutes? 10 minutes isn't bad.
Just make him miss the debate.
Well, if he's late for if he's 10 minutes late for the debate, we're legally allowed to leave.
That's
And
the
we
rule.
win. Why not?
Memes in my D&D session? Ugh.
You started it.
I did no such thing.
It was
Okay,
really
so
all the prequel quotes.
Lavinia heads to bed. Pedal in.
I already did my perception roll.
Oh, all right. So at multiple points through your watch, you'll notice the living dead wandering past the small crack between the boulder and your invisible hut, or gray hut. Just making their way past. This is the first night that you have seen such a great concentration that are not like in ashes or otherwise rotted by the blight. So it seems that by removing the blight from the woods, now the dead, which aren't resting thanks to the missing Death Singer, are also not being destroyed by the decaying blight.
I don't think I'm gonna do anything special on my watch.
Okay. Well, since you guys are tiny hutted, we can go ahead and go on to watch number 3, which I believe would be Noodles.
Okay.
So Pedalin's gonna wake Noodles up. Any conversation?
I tell him not to accept any rings offered him by the madam.
I wouldn't dare dream of it. And I have no idea what she's talking about.
Okay, well, with that little quip, Pedalin heads to sleep, and Udanar sets about doing whatever it is that he does during his watch. Of course, during your watch, you will see shambling past in great numbers, multiple Zambonis, as they their way around the woods now.
Mm-hmm.
Anything or no?
Do I see them from where we are?
Yeah, you can make just make them out. What is sensitive visibility? I'll have to look that up later. But yeah, it goes by, and then it passes out of view.
Do I notice anything special about their clothes or anything?
Make a you already made a perception check, so make an investigation check.
Sure. That's one of my bad ones.
Still, a 13 is a good roll. So as you're kind of inspecting the bodies going by, the thing you'll notice is that a couple of them are dragging axes behind them or wearing clothing that is reminiscent of what a logger might wear.
Right, we're probably just a little further than the logging camp, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Just make a mental note of it, I suppose. Yeah, I guess that's it for my watch, but I don't know what I do at this point.
Right, there's still 2 hours before sunrise.
I guess I just take a longer watch.
Well, that's certainly doable. But
Isn't the tiny servant supposed to take over the rest of the watch?
No. The tiny servant was supplemental, not a watcher.
Isn't you supposed to be asleep?
Watchman.
Who watches the watchman? All right. So Udanar, electing to sacrifice his own health, is either going to take exhaustion or sacrifice 2 additional hours. Which would you like?
What does that mean, sacrifice 2 additional hours?
Well, you still need to sleep for 6 hours.
Oh yeah, I'll sacrifice 2 hours.
Okay, so then Lavinia and Pedalin will be allowed to get an extra 2 hours of sleep. They get to sleep for 8, unless they naturally wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, would anybody naturally wake up, or are they going to sleep for the 2 hours?
Well, I don't have to train follower today, so I guess I'll sleep.
Well, I'm
Need to
asking, would
rest
your
up for the big
character
debate.
would your character sleep, or would they be more likely to wake up?
Well, without that bell clanging anymore, interrupting me, I would probably sleep.
Okay.
Because it interrupted my sleep before.
Okay. All right. Then, as the sun rises, and Udanar wakes Lavinia and Pedalin, he's going to let you know that he needs to get 2 more hours of sleep. So you can either that's what I'm saying. Like, so you can either all sleep, or you can get your beauty sleep, or you guys can be awake for the 2 hours that he's going to sleep.
Oh, if we're awake for the 2 hours that he's gonna sleep, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Then I guess the 2 of you will wake up. All right. So as you wake up, and Udanar goes to sleep for 2 hours, do you do anything?
Madam, do you want to play with your ring anymore?
Not
No?
particularly, but
Okay. So then
Well, then-
2 hours will come and go.
Well, I wasn't finished.
All right. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask her if she would like me to drill her on various political questions to prepare her for her debate. Having been a leader of sorts for a small village, I am the most qualified to drill her.
I'll say.
Ugh.
I mean, we're not aware of what kind of climate this village has. I think we're ill-equipped to even try and guess what kind of questions would be involved in the debate.
Oh, I don't know. I think every village wants the same thing.
And it makes me sick.
Safety good, monsters bad.
But they haven't had to worry about monsters for years, considering their ward.
Well, yet they still have silent suns. They still have the threat of bullets destroying their logging camp and a horrible blight taking out the woods to the east.
We took out that blight, though. So that's one less worry for them. So that's quite a bit of leverage that our side has.
See?
Then again, we don't know the achievements of Lautrec. I feel like we had asked like what he did,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember
Well, he
what
had
it
brought
was.
a lot of money into Treetop, hadn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had assumed.
He had brought a
Yeah.
lot of wealth and trade, I believe.
You are correct.
Like he had hired a lot of mercenaries and craftsmen and whatnot to enhance and kind of grow the town. That's what I have anyway, in my notes.
Honestly, my outlook for this is not great, considering the opponent.
Well, basically what I'm getting is that you don't want to practice with me right now, so we won't.
Not a matter of not practicing, it's a matter of realism.
Well, I'll still start thinking of some questions to practice with you later.
All right. So, with that in mind, your 8 hours is coming to an end, and thus your magic hut is going to fade.
Towards the tail end, I'll set up the box to take the boulder back in.
So you're going to go outside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You step outside and peer around the boulder and find that you have a crowd awaiting you.
I'm gonna step back in the hut.
You have maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
We have a bit of a problem.
What's that?
We've got a couple of guests of the undead variety.
How many?
I mean, I didn't stay out there long enough to count.
There was a crowd.
A crowd, even. How long does Udnar have left to sleep?
A few minutes.
A few minutes.
I mean, you could probably wake him up now and it would be fine. It's not like he's got a little egg timer.
Well, he's probably gonna need to start with a couple, maybe a banish undead or something like that.
Unless she's just making spells up.
Whatever, I don't know what he calls it. It's his heebie-jeebie, deity voodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Udnar, wake up. You gotta do your heebie-jeebie deity voodoo.
What are you on about?
We have company of the undead variety.
All right. Where is this? You can just click and drag this shit, right?
Well, you need to you can't cast spells inside the hut and have them affect things outside the hut.
Okay, I will step out of the hut for sure.
Here.
Okay, that works.
You'll notice that there are undead above you as well as in front of you.
Great.
And then I suppose now that they have seen a second living creature, we should roll initiative.
Sure.
Is there a way to mass roll initiative? I thought there was.
Yeah, I think you can force everyone's roll.
I just don't remember where it is. Main page of the character sheet. Double click initiative. Does it do anything? No. How do I? I thought there was a way to roll everybody's initiative.
I mean, you rolled all your other dudes, I think.
No, they're set.
Oh, okay.
So I think you can roll them.
Well, I mean, either way, I'll just roll my initiative. Oh, we got quite the party here.
Menu initiative on the combat tracker. Menu initiative. Roll all initiatives. Yay! There we go.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, that kind of
fucked me over, but it's fine.
Well, what did you guys have?
I had a 14.
I had 18.
I had 9.
I really, really like that you can just roll all initiatives. That's really dope.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it forces us into combat.
Yes. Initiative, rest, close window, delete from tracker, effect. Okay. So then Madame Beldam is the first to act as the zombies into action, lumbering forward towards the living Udanar.
And technically, I backed away into the hut again.
Okay. Let's say you have 10 rounds of... Well, let's say you have 8 rounds of hut.
That's a lot of rounds.
Approximately, yes.
Wasn't expecting to go first.
You could always just not.
Yeah, but I want to blow stuff up. Okay, I will pop out of the hut. Udinar is taking too long.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, could I peer over his, well, he's too tall. Peer past his side
Mm-hmm.
and squeeze through a fireball?
Mm-hmm. As long as you can draw a straight line to wherever you want it to go.
Pointers, draw arrow. Yeah, I'd call that good.
Okay. Sure, you target them all and cast fireball.
Oh, good lord, I forgot about this. uh, is Skeleton 3, who's the left of the boulder, just outside that, or?
Yeah, I think yes. Oh, save. I see. I don't have to do that. Wow. Kill any of them?
Yeah, one.
One,
Oh.
yeah.
All right, and after their roasting,
Mhm.
we'll back up back into the hut.
I was
Yeah,
trying to
now
look
mine
up
my
to see
turn.
if there was some action to get in and out of the hut because I feel like it's basically.
Oh, you know what? Me leaving the hut would dispel the hut.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I thought there was something to it that you can't just use it as like permanent globe
like
of
full
invulnerability
cover.
cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So if I didn't leave the hut, yes. But that is the caveat.
Mm-hmm. Well, since you already cast Fireball, we'll say you've left the hut. So the hut is gone. There is no more. So now, Skeleton 1 is up here, and he's going to fall down the cliff. So he's going to take some damage. Some minor scraping. Now he's going to take a step down. And he's going to attack Petalin because she's close. That's a hit. As he swings his short sword, which is actually going to be a logging axe, and chops a chunk out of the small half gnome. Just actually, you know what? This is a skeleton, so this would have been one of the mercenaries that worked at it. So let's say he did have a sword. So swings his sword, takes a slice out of Petalin, and that is his turn after he tumbles down the cliff. Skeleton 2. Third, but he's gonna go 1, 2, and seeing the incredibly large Udinars doesn't seem to deter the single-minded undead as it gets ready to swing its short sword. Ooh. Finding its way past the creature that sleeps in its armor and perhaps probably shouldn't do that. Dealing 6 damage. Because I think there's actually a penalty for sleeping in armor, but I'll fuss with that later. Skeleton 3 tries to squeeze past the boulder. Let's see, that'd be difficult terrain. And so let's make a strength check to see if he can force his way past. Yes. So he squeezes here, but he's unable to attack because he's pressed up against the wall between the boulder and the wall. Again, single-minded undead, not the smartest things ever. Skeleton 4 is basically dead. And Noodles, you have the initiative.
All right.
Real quick, could I have a reaction to the skeleton that damaged me?
I mean, yeah.
After
if
he damaged me?
If you have a trigger that works like that, then yes.
Okay, cool. Shoot.
Did you not target it?
I did target him. It's control click target, isn't it? We gotta do this. Oh, I forgot how to cast it.
Anybody want to help her out there?
How to cast? Oh.
Yeah, what do you just click on?
Under actions, if at the very,
there
very
it
bottom.
is. I got it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that reminds me, I got to switch to actions or combat as well.
So it looks like it failed its save.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we're good. Your turn.
Well, no, you have to hit the blood icon to deal the damage.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about what just happened.
Okay, so he wounded me with his sword, and I kind of go and I grab the place where he wounded me, and then I take that same hand that's covered in blood and throw it out, pointing a finger so that some of the blood throws at him, and it turns into fire as it goes, and it bursts into flames when it hits him.
So blood fire like arcs out of you, and
well, it flings off my hand.
Yeah, but still, blood fire arcs out of you and whaps the skeleton.
Yeah.
Wreathing him in flame. Okay. Udanar.
How do you do the like how many things are the radius, not radius, but like the distance thing in here again?
Rumble just did it.
Right click and then pointers top left.
And then just draw arrow?
Draw arrow will give you the range distance, and if you like draw a circle, it'll tell you the size of the circle.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh wait, I did my fireball. Was it saying 20 radius or diameter?
It was diameter, or you did it correctly, because it was a big area.
Okay.
Stop chopping. It's too early for that. Go away.
I just want to make sure something. So
Because look, you hit everything.
Yeah, it calculates correctly.
okay, 30 feet is pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that means. Oh crap!
Why don't you just put the pointer up so we can all see? Oh, yeah, that's basically everything. That is everything. Can you see my pointer?
No.
Oh, okay.
I do see the radius, if that's you, actually.
If it's green?
Yeah, it's
I
green.
see it.
Okay. So with that centered on me, I think the only one it doesn't hit is Ghast 2, according to the
No.
size. So
What? Are you sure? Because like if it's 30 feet,
yeah, centered
that's
on
like
me.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, you're right. You're
It
right.
just-
No,
it-
that's in his, it's no,
Oh,
it's
it
in
actually
his square.
does barely get him. Yeah,
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Okay, cool. So I have to control click everything, right? That's
Just skip skeleton 4 because it's already dead.
right. All right. So kind of frustrated, I grab my coin, just like hold it up as high as I can, which is pretty high, obviously, because character's Talia. Try to like just get a glint of sunlight and then start spinning it and just like start chanting something under my breath. But then booming out loud, I just say like, return to your graves, mongrels, and see what happens.
So when you say that, the coin stops hard on the lily. I see a lot of failures in here. No, do your stuff. Come on, bus.
So I think just that, whatever that does. Does it tell you something? Because it doesn't really.
Yeah, I see a lot of them are turned.
Yeah.
But
So
aren't they supposed to die if they're under a certain CR?
if they're
Yeah.
1, 2, like 1/2 rather.
Oh, I was like 1, 2. So let's see. That's gonna. All right. That. Turned. Turned. Okay, so if it says turned. Oh, that one's not turned. Okay. Turned. They're getting turned.
Turned.
Turned. Turned. Turned. Turned. So, ash.
That's awesome.
Okay, and then that one is turned. That one is not. That one is not. Okay, so one Zamboni is resisted. One Ghast resisted, and the other Ghast is indeed turned.
Defiant
Are
little
you doing
bastards.
anything else? And the air is just a cloud of bone dust as a black light shines out from the coin and just pulverizes the awaiting undead.
Yeah, as my next trick, I suppose I will, as a bonus action, cast you know what? I should put this on my bar for next time. And I'm going to do it on the gas up top here. So this, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon and smack him with it.
Okay.
Can I say that I have the direct intent, not only to damage him, obviously, but to, like, smack him with enough force to push him down to us?
Hold on 1 second. Oh, I mean, you're hitting the one that's turned?
Ghast 1, yeah. The one on the cliff
Yeah, that
side.
No, you cannot push with the shovel, because
Okay.
shoving is a mechanic.
Okay. Either way,
Um,
that's the damage there.
wait 1 moment. There's your shovel.
Nice. Thank you.
Oh, all our tokens got tiny.
Oh, they did.
Oh, so cute.
Huh.
I think it
How did that
reset the overall scale when
I
everything
see.
got wonky.
Mm.
Weird. All right. Little shovel. All right, so you're going to attack the ghast. You did. So it should be no longer turned, right?
I think so, yeah. Let me just double check, but I think you're right.
I'm not going to delete it until you give me the yay or nay.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything where it cancels it.
I thought damage ended the turn effect. 5e, turn undead.
Maybe you have a better source. I'm just going based on whatever I pulled this from.
Undead. Blah, you can't take reactions or action. Going to use the dash if there's no removed creature. For 1 minute or until it takes any damage.
Okay. Sure.
So, that you deal your 7, and is that your turn?
That is.
Okay. So, now the ghast, which wasn't knocked down, is going to move here and then leap out at Udanar. I guess there's not. I guess it would land. Oh God, not the boulder, the ghast. Say there.
Sure.
Or here. So it needs to make an acrobatics check. No, it attempts to leap and then stumbles down the cliff and rolls to a halt here. So that's 5, 10. Oh, I guess it'd be here.
Okay.
10. So then it's going to use half of its movement to stand up. And then it's going to attack. I need to know what this is. How do I open up your information here? Starts its turn within 5 feet. Okay. Okay. And that makes sense. So, yeah, it is targeting Udanar, and it's going to, with its claws. But they just, you're easily able to move out of the way of the incoming ineffective slashes. I think it only has the one attack. So, second ghast is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, and stop. Doesn't have anything else it can do. Pedalin, you have the initiative.
Can I move to the other side of the boulder, like on this left-hand side? Is it difficult terrain?
You had to squeeze through. So
Can I make it?
Acrobatics or athletics.
That doesn't bode well.
Bold well. The
Bold
boulder.
well.
That's what I thought you said, yeah.
I guess I'll try to acrobatics through.
12 was good. You can move through at difficult terrain.
Cool. So I will move here. Should be a movement. And then
10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, you'd be out of movement.
yeah, that's the edge of my movement. And then I'm going to start with Eldritch Blast. I click that twice, don't I? It's 2.
If it's multiple attacks, yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So you notice the one blast that hits the ghast appears to be partially absorbed by the creature that is a living dead. It seems to have taken less of an impact than you might have expected.
Well, then I will use my bonus action to cast Spirit Weapon. which is a resounding miss.
Not a copy. I thought there was a way to copy.
And while you're doing that, that will end my turn.
Okay. Another S. S for sword and S for shovel.
Nice.
Are also S for spirit weapon. All right.
Yeah.
The second Zamboni, or the only remaining Zamboni, is going to do its best here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, and it took every ounce of effort in its decaying fibers just to get that far, and so Lavinia has the initiative.
Are there like any? I'm assuming there are just rocks scattered on the ground around us in this
Yeah.
alcove.
Yeah.
Okay. I will take a card, fling it at one of the rocks
Mm-hmm.
to cast catapult.
Please tell me what catapult does.
Choose an object weighing of 1 to 5 pounds within range that isn't being worn or carried. The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose.
I see.
If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dex save. On a failed save, object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, 3d8 bludgeoning.
Okay. Clearly the inferior spell to Trebuchet, but it'll get the job done. It looks as though it failed its save. As the small 4-pound stone is just like hurtled into the ghast's chest, leaving quite a gap as the rotted flesh kind of just parts around it, and so the rock punches through.
Gross.
Yep, loses its momentum with a sickly, wet, sucking sound.
Ew.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, shit, I can't see what's bonus action anymore in Fantasy Grounds, so yes, that will end my turn.
Udinar,
Okay.
the initiative is yours.
Okay. My bonus action, I'm going to move this here and smack Ghast one with my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Oh, why did I close my character sheet? That was stupid. Okay.
Proselytize with your shovel.
Hell yeah.
Let's get spiritual. Give me
Oh.
syllables to work.
That'll do some damage for sure.
Oh, yeah. Status heavy. As he seems to gain weight while you dig his flesh out of him with the shovel, taking off one of his arms at the shoulder. Again, the flesh is mostly completely rotted. The bones are brittle. So when the spirit shovel strikes, off comes the arm, which lies limp and floppy on the ground.
Ew.
The rot of decay is released even more from the open wounds of the dead body.
What was that roll for, Beldum?
My mechanics, because we had a rest.
Yeah, you can just whisper those rolls to me.
I don't think it works like that.
You can GM roll in this, I think.
Can you?
I remember reading something about it. It was either somebody saying, "Why can't I do this?" or "This is how you do this." Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, Noodles, are you doing anything else?
Attacking with my actual shovel, just
So
as a
you
follow-up.
Draw
as
your
well.
shovel. Draw your shovel off your back and swing it. Two-handed or one-handed. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a hit. 6 additional damage as you carve even more of the like it's just when it died it was buried, and so it's just intimately familiar with the sound of shovels, but being an unliving creature it doesn't really have an opinion on the matter, so it just gets, hacked and cleaved at.
Yeah, fair enough. That's it for my turn.
All right. Having been catapulted by a stone and whacked by shovels, it isn't entirely sure which way it wants to swing, but it will ultimately decide that the thing that hit me more is a more immediate threat, and thus it will swing its claws at Udanar. Raking talons of the mangled dead ineffectually scrape at thin air. In what options are you talking about?
The
Rumble.
setting wheel, top right.
Okay. There. Table, dice tower on.
Oh,
that it?
weird.
What is that?
It's a dice tower.
Well, yeah, but what do you do with it?
Assumedly, you put your dice on it and it rolls.
Did that work? Did you guys see a roll?
I saw a roll.
Yeah.
Did you see the result of that roll?
No.
No.
Okay.
Did Wolf see the result of that roll?
Yes, I do see the result of the roll.
I don't see the result of the roll, and I'm the one who rolled.
That's hilarious.
Oh, interesting.
Well, maybe you shouldn't know.
No, he has to know. Yeah, interesting.
Well, that's a way for us to send you rolls secretly that we don't know the result to.
Interesting.
Well,
I'll
incoming
have to
encounter
think
next
about that.
session where we all have to privately roll.
Interesting. I do enjoy the idea. Okay. So its turn is over. So gas number 2 is going to follow suit, but it's going to try to be better at not failing. And it's going to attack Udanar with its claws. And it does indeed do a better job of not failing as the wicked talons of the ghast. I mean, nice. It's hitting you.
Well, I mean, it rolled
dig into the living flesh of the furbolg. 8 damage. Do successfully save against a feeling in your body. Like you feel your body begin to tense up, but you're able to shake off the effect.
Oh, I love that it auto rolled for me. So good.
Pedal the initiative is yours.
Okay. Second verse, same as the first. We're gonna target this zombie who sauntered on over to attack me. We're gonna hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
I mean, the zombie basically sprinted as far as zombies are concerned.
That's actually gonna push him back 10 feet.
Okay. This way?
Sure.
Okay.
And then we'll hit him again with the other one. Maybe. Miss.
You won't?
No, I won't.
As the second blast
Will not.
misses the mark, having, basically throwing your own aim off by pushing him backward.
Fortunately, my sword is there to finish the job. Hopefully.
You feel a burning sensation behind your eye as you utilize the magic within.
Take that, zombie. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Give me one moment here. All right. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Or not wisdom, charisma, I'm sorry. Yes. Serious? Shut up before I throw you off the balcony. I will do it. 21. So, you feel a burning sensation in your false eye as you utilize the magic within, and there is almost like a familiar, confident laughter that echoes in your skull. It's just like, and just like there's an otherworldly tone to it, but you are able to shake off the effect.
Nailed it.
All right. To answer your question, Paul, no, because I don't have a way. Like, I actually
Yeah.
have something planned for him as a makeup session.
Gotcha.
Was he asking?
No, I just saw him in the chat, so.
Oh, okay. One chat.
Twitch chat.
Oh, okay. I looked at Discord, then I looked at Fantasy Grounds, and I was like, wait a second.
He
What's
said, do
talking
your
about?"
best, zombie, because apparently he is a traitor.
Yeah,
That's so
well,
mean.
he's not here. So Zamboni's gonna roll on up to Petal Inn and attempt to give her a big ol' hug as best it can. Unfortunately, zombies aren't gentle, and so this is what some might consider to be a damaging hug, as it's slamming its body into the half gnome and dealing 4 damage. The little pieces of rotted flesh give way to just like little jagged pieces of bone, and so they poke into you, and it's uncomfortable. And I mean, any grown man throwing the full force of his weight into you is going to hurt a little bit. So he basically flails his arms and hugs you as hard as he can. And with that, Lavinia, you have the initiative.
I totally did not prep the right spells for combat. All right.
I told you I was going to throw you off the balcony. Shut up and go away.
Although that was directed to me at the start of that sentence. All right, I am going to firebolt the zombie in front of me.
Zombie? You mean the ghast?
Sure. You want to get into semantics, I suppose?
I mean, there's a huge
mean-
difference, actually, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the firebolt burns away, and there's just like this sizzling sound as the wet, decaying flesh is burned, and just like the smell of pork a few weeks gone past the expiry date being cooked fills the air. But there's the gaping hole where its neck and collarbone met at one point in time, and so it collapses to the ground.
Nice.
And that should have been 2d10, but he died anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, I won't move. End my
Okay.
turn there.
Udinar, the initiative is yours.
Okay. This is going to zip over here. Actually, it's going to move here because I'm going to move here. And oh, right, I have to keep track of my spell slots in a weird way on this too. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing to this one. Just going to smack it around a little bit. With this. That's a miss. And then with the normal attack as well.
That one was a hit.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
He's so heavy. All right. Spirit weapon missed. Shovel hit. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right. So, Gast 1, he's a dead boy. Gast 2, having been, subjected to the same horrible shovel mistreatment as his former brethren, and now lying on the ground, burned, and no worse for wear, really. How re-dead, I guess. Still targeting Udinar. Swing his claws. Seems to have a bit better aim than his compatriot.
Yeah, no kidding.
As he rakes out more, drawing blood from the great Furbolg.
That was a good roll. Good job, computer.
Indeed succeed. Who does indeed succeed in his saving throw. Pedal in. The initiative is yours.
Okay. Gonna do it in a different order this time. Sword's gonna move up and try to take out the zombie from behind.
Okay.
Dang. The shambler shambles in such a way as to cause the sword to miss. That's okay. That's what the Eldritch Blast is for.
Wait, are you casting at the zombie?
Yes.
So Eldritch Blast point blank range is going to be cast at disadvantage because you're point blank.
Okay.
Ranged attacks at an enemy within 5 feet of you are at disadvantage.
So you can take those two rolls as the first.
Yeah,
So that's
the
a
first
miss, and
one
then
fails.
I'll put disadvantage on for the second one,
Sure.
which is a hit, amazingly. Pew! And
The 10th will work, Homer. Do you? Sorry. We'll talk later. Go ahead, Susanna.
We'll go ahead and push him back 10 feet again.
Okay.
Toward,
Ooh.
yeah.
All right. Are you finished?
Yes.
So he's gonna lumber right on back, and
Gonna
once
make
again,
him work for it.
yeah. Well, I mean, his legs are already falling apart, but he's trying his best. Damn it. He's gonna swing himself at you. Again, a great hugger in life makes him an excellent slammer in death, as he finds a way to deal 2 damage to Pedalin with his flailing arms. Madam Beldam.
Is there a line of sight gap to the left of the boulder?
Yes. You can technically see ground there, so if you can draw a line through that corner that doesn't intersect with the boulder token, but does intersect with the zombie, then that's fine. Start at the top corner of your square. Try that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I put the effort into learning a variation on Firebolt, so I will go ahead and use it. And I will Lightning Bolt.
Shock bolt, I think, since lightning bolt is a spell.
Yeah, okay. I'll change that. Damn it, that should also be 2d10.
He is also heavy as the electricity courses through his rotted veins. Anything else?
Would it be? It wouldn't be my action to try and squeeze through, would it? Or no, that's enough
No.
of an effort.
It's difficult terrain, but you do need to make an acrobatics or athletics check to squeeze through. No, you are now stuck between the boulder and the wall.
Neat. Okay.
You right here.
Well,
As
You
Lavinia
tried.
attempts to squeeze through and finds herself stuck. Udinar, you have the initiative.
all right. So same thing as before. This gas is pissing me off. I'm gonna swing the bonus shovel action there and miss.
Mhm.
Great.
Mm.
Okay.
He, having seen what you did to his comrade, he's able to easily duck underneath the swing of the shovel.
Just won't die. All right, let's see if this does it. I'm gonna take. So Udinar takes the shovel and like brings a shield up and just smacks the shield on the rim as hard as he can to cause a spark, in which he kind of like throws at him and says a prayer to make it a sacred flame.
Okay. Go ahead and deal damage. 8. As the sacred flame springs out from your shield and burns. Burns the gas. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. All right. Having seen that you appear to be quite capable of resisting the infected, whatever it is. I don't want to call it venom, but just the supernatural effect of his claws, he's actually going to just now try to bite you as his jaw unhinges to inhuman levels and his tongue just kind of like falls out, but like the sharp gaping teeth, the sharp teeth in his gaping maw just kind of seek out to close around you.
Jesus.
Why is that? Why was that an advantage? Or disadvantage?
You're on the gassed one who's unconscious.
Oh. So it dropped to 16, so that I'm just gonna re-roll it.
Okay.
There we go. Roll the 1. I don't know if you saw that.
It says automatic miss, so I assumed, yeah.
Yeah. He unhinges his jaw and starts to lean forward, and you just kind of lean backward at the same rate.
Like
And
that
see,
awkward
you-
moment trying to kiss a girl for
Yeah.
the first time that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, she's not into it. All right.
Aw.
Pedal in. You witness the slow smooch attempt from
Ugh.
Gas 2.
Hey
While
man, I don't know
while
what
the
he's
zombie
into.
continues trying to give you hugs. Violent hugs.
Bad touch over here. Did it not? It did not. Okay. Is a 14 a hit?
Yes.
Okay.
As the sword cleaves into the zombie. Wait, don't 5e zombies have a I don't die thing?
That
Why don't
sounds
these
right.
have it?
What?
Like, I thought they rolled
Zombie.
something when they die to see if they actually
Yeah.
die. Something like that.
Yeah, they're supposed to have undead fortitude, but for whatever reason, this one doesn't have it. Give me 1 second. How much damage did it take? 8. So, I mean, the other ones were vaporized, so they didn't get it. So that's fine. Constitution. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hi.
Okay, yeah. So computer locked up for a second there when I told the zombie to roll its constitution. It failed, so the sword cleaves the zombie in two.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And he just like his top half slowly slides off of his bottom half.
Cool. And then what I will do, is step over his cleaved halves and targeting the ghast. I am going to cast the Arms of Hadar. Yeah. And so, like, horrible black flames kind of spread in a circle out from around me and try to wrap around the ghast and hold it back and pull it away from the awkward kiss that it's trying to give Udinar.
You'll notice that the black flames are partially absorbed by the flesh of the ghast.
Mm-hmm. That'll end my turn.
Okay. Zambo's dead. So Lavinia, stuck in the boulder. You're gonna need to escape now.
What kind of roll is that?
Acrobatics, or yeah, it's gonna be acrobatics or athletics. All right, you do manage to free yourself. You can either move back the way you came or the way you were originally trying to go.
I'm going to move back from where I came, hide behind the boulder, and cast Mending to fix my clothes so nobody knows that I got stuck.
Except that Pedalin totally saw.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It didn't happen.
I went
All right.
and now you went back.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay, Udinar.
All right. That. Oh, it actually hit this time. Oh, look at that.
Hey.
As the spirit weapon carves out a chunk of the ghast's spine, it crumples over and is no more.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
All right, so that is the end of combat as the last of the undead has been defeated. What do you do?
Well, I'm just gonna kind of ask the group in general, like, how they congregated here if we were supposed to be invisible in the tiny hut. I mean, I for one didn't think that we were being that loud.
Well, sound doesn't travel through the hut.
Would I know if they like had some way to sense like living beings, even if like they don't necessarily see them?
If you knew enough about the monsters, possibly. Zombies certainly don't have that ability.
It just seems really weird to me.
I have a feeling I would know about ghasts as well. Probably.
So maybe a religion check?
Sure. That's a great
No.
one.
Wow.
No, you've never encountered a ghast before. This is the first time.
Okay.
Though you can say, based off your experience this time, that they did showcase an intelligence greater than that of your standard undead, like a zombie or skeleton. They seemed to make decisions rather than just kind of throw themselves at whatever living meat they could.
Is this just like in a cliffside, or is this like
like a
ruins of a
bluff.
thing?
Yeah, there's a little
Okay.
bluff,
Okay.
like 10 feet.
How far
would
are
like
we from the
to-
logging camp?
I mean, you say how far away?
Roughly, yeah.
If you were to explore, you might be able to find it.
Are you wanting to go to the logging camp?
No. I'm more
Okay.
curious about exactly where on the trail back to Treetop we are. Like, have we passed the logging camp, or is it up ahead as we keep going? Or are we even on that trail, or are we on a different one?
I don't think we're on that trail, because this is just the way that we came back from Treetop last time. It's like the main road.
I'll be right back. I'm going to feed the dogs.
Plus, my understanding is, if I don't know if you remember, but it's out of character when the madam and I were flying around Eagle style. I think the logging camp is more north of the main road back to Treetop. It was like
north of where we are.
yeah.
Yeah. It seems weird that they would just stumble down here and then congregate around our camp area, though. Like, I could see them
Right?
walking through here, but, like, not stopping.
Sure. And that's how I feel too.
Is there something we picked up at some point that may be attracting them to us?
I mean, other than our living flesh, I don't think so. Can they be commanded by something other than the ghasts? Because there weren't any congregating like all night. And then suddenly there's a whole bunch, like in the last, few minutes that we're trying to get out of here. It seems weird. It's fishy. Anyway. Onwards and upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to take a few minutes to get the boulder back in the giant wallet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
Alright.
put my armor on, because clearly going to need it.
And then while the box is doing its thing, I will set fire to the remaining corpses that didn't turn to dust.
Okay. And then you guys are going to head back out, or head out the rest of the way?
Yep.
Okay.
These undead that we encountered, they were all just like, again, looks like they might have been from the logging camp, like normal loggers with axes, and some militia, sounds like guardsmen.
Yeah, like they're wearing, you can see on their clothing, or on the clothing of the one that wasn't disintegrated, that it has like a similar insignia. So it's more like, basically there was the logging camp, and then the people that the logging camp hired to protect them. Nobody said anything, so I had to make sure that I wasn't muted.
Yeah, I'm just writing notes down.
All right, well. I don't suppose there's any reason to loot or investigate these bodies for anything further. Y'all ready to go to Treetop?
Yep.
Okay.
We still have another like day's worth of travel and another night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one more in you. All right, so the group continues onward. So you're actually going to leave the woods here pretty soon, and then it's open most of the way back to Treetop. So nobody else is just resuming travel.
Yep.
Okay. So as the group heads out, making their way back to Treetop, and you exit the woods themselves, just as you come out of the trees, and there's a stream with a bridge across it and a river, you'll see that there appear to be waiting for you a pair of cloaked and hooded figures just on the other side of the bridge. Visible, so visible. One. Okay. You guys should be able to see all of that.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So, just on the other side of the bridge, a pair of hooded figures. They're just standing there. You can see that there are a couple of horses off to the distance behind them. Where did the horse tokens go? What? What is this? There, tied up to the trees there. And they're just waiting as they watch you exit from the woods themselves.
They're clearly watching us.
Yes.
Okay.
Does it appear that they're like intentionally hiding their faces?
They're wearing like travelers' cloaks, and they have them pulled up. So, it's winter, so you could say it is pulled up. Like you don't know if they're pulled up to hide their faces or if they're pulled up to protect them against the wind and weather and elements.
Do they look like the paladins that we encountered in the woods?
In what way?
Like, are they wearing the same kind of armor, or do we recognize the
They
horses?
have travelers' cloaks on, and how familiar are you? Sirius, shut up! Jesus Christ! Are you familiar with? How familiar are you with horses that you could identify them?
Plus, you wouldn't know because you were riding on an eagle during the paladin encounter.
That's true. I guess that
So I
would
think
be...
you only saw the one that ran up to us after.
Yeah.
So it's a pair of hooded figures wearing travelers' cloaks that are pulled tightly around them, watching you as you exit the woods.
I lift an arm in hand in a greeting.
The one on the left, we'll say M, will raise its own arm and point at you, and a voice booms out much louder than it should be, very clear, even just like over the sound of the river going by or a creek going by. Actually, I think it'd be more accurate, and reaching a great distance with ease, and says, "We've no quarrel with the women, only the beast there."
Oh, Lord.
I turn back. Like I look back, looking for a beast.
I'll call out, "What quarrel do you have with him?"
And say, "It's none of your concern." The voice still booming. your life is spared if you only leave. We will, you can cross the bridge safely if you give us your word that you'll leave the abomination.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Do you know these guys?
I don't think so.
Might roll perception to
Yeah.
get a better look.
I'm going to do that. Oh, probably not on that screen. This one here.
If only Egg hadn't taken the cloak of billowing.
So, with a 15, you'll notice as the one, the one that we're calling M, as it raised its hand and pointed at you, you could clearly see a signet ring with a large ruby, very similar to the one that you had seen on other members of the House of Scales. You aren't 100% sure if it's the same thing, but it is the same stone set in the same kind of metal around the same size. You don't know, though.
Okay. And this is on the main road back to the treetop, right? That we're on?
Like this is just out of the woods.
I'm gonna say he travels with us. He is our concern.
Okay. So as you say that, he says, then you're. Oh, did I just cut out?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so the game decided it was gonna be wonky. So he says, then your life is forfeit. And he's going to cast.
Counterspell.
Hold on. All right, so you counterspell.
He is within 60.
Right. So he will counterspell your counterspell.
And I will counterspell his counterspell.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. So then he begins to speak words. Then you speak your words to stop his words, and then he says words to stop your words from happening, and then Pedalin says words that stop his words from happening. And so nothing happens, and everybody rolls initiative.
This is why everybody hates blue in Magic. It's the worst.
Hates what?
Fucking counterspell. Over and over.
It's just counterspells all the way down. All right. Madam Beldam, you have the initiative.
Fuck, I wasn't ready.
No, Pedalin, don't. I already rolled everybody's initiative.
Oh, sorry.
Well, that's your initiative now.
Okay.
Oh, it overwrites it. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That is not the right spell.
When the session's over, can I know what you tried casting? That
Nope.
didn't go through? No? Okay.
Damn, distance is a little wonky here. I say 55. Okay. And that would be 60. So I will go ahead and open up a planar rend between them.
Okay.
That sounds
Already
bad.
used action, so let's do. What plane?
Let's go for acid.
Okay. I believe they probably need to make some saves or something, so just target and go.
Creature that begins their turn there must succeed a dexterity saving throw.
Oh my god, what is happening? I think Fantasy Grounds needs to be restarted. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. In the future, remind me to restart Fantasy Grounds before sessions if I've had it open for a while.
Okay.
Because I think it's eating up my RAM.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because I keep stuttering real bad. Well, Chrome's got a lot of tabs open, so why is that? That can go away. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it, but Windows problem reporting? What is that? What problems are you having, Windows?
Talk to me, Windows.
Well, Windows problem reporting is using 25% of my CPU right now.
Holy shit.
Yikes.
Actually, let's not do acid. Let's
Okay.
do psychic.
What the hell is going on? Yeah, something wonky's going on because now system is using like 60% and it keeps just bouncing around. All right, you said ice?
Psychic.
Oh, psychic. Okay.
Because I figure the character would have the wherewithal not to put acid by a bridge that we need to cross.
That's fair.
Probably.
So, do whatever you need to do. Oh, right. Whenever they begin their turn. Are you done
Mhm.
then?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I will move up a bit.
Okay. Noodles. The initiative is yours.
How do you handle wanting to do a like skill check in combat? Do you take an
What
action
skill
for
check do you want?
I basically want to either perception or investigate the bridge to make sure that like it's not trapped in a way that when I walk on it, I'm dead.
Fuck. Okay, I'm locking up real bad.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Let me close everything. See if maybe that will help.
Do you want to just restart Fantasy Grounds and we can?
Well, I
pick it
don't
up?
know if I'll lose the battle map that I have pulled up. Because I don't know that it'll save that. Because it's not like I don't have it set up as like an encounter. I built it all manually.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so using a skill in combat, we'll see if closing my browsers will help. It depends on what skill it is, on whether or not it uses an action.
Okay. I basically am just going to investigate the bridge to make sure it's safe to even go across.
Oh, yeah, that would take an action. Unless you're wanting to just like glance at it and guess. Like, if you're just surveying it, like just taking a look.
Yeah, I want to just make like a educated guess. I don't want to actually like investigate the ropes or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would be perception.
Sure. I'll do a perception.
I mean, it looks like
It looks sturdy.
It's the same bridge you crossed whenever you went out there. So
Okay. Then I am going to... I think I'm just going to dash across the bridge to close the gap, but I'm not 100% sure. How high up is it over the creek?
3 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to dash across here. Shit, I don't think I know how your planar magic works, so I guess I'm going to risk it. Because why not? So it's 50 up to him. I have to use a thing anyway.
That's across the creek. 45, yeah. Okay.
And then like that?
Yeah.
Or I can go up
you'd have to
and then
move
here.
there and there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Unless you want to acrobatics and try and jump over the railing of the bridge.
Yeah, no. I don't think that'll go well for him. That won't go well for me. Nope.
Do a flip.
Okay.
And because I don't have any other thing I can do for right now, let's do that for a bonus action. Swing at the dude.
Okay, I'll give you an S.
Give me that S.
I need to get some actual like object tokens.
Nice. And it missed, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. Hoodlum is going to throw back its cloak hood and reveal a white-haired individual with glowing blue eyes as he raises his palm and speaks a command word. Basic. What are you doing? Oh, okay.
Start of his turn.
Yeah. So, is everybody targeted? Let's see. No. Target. Cast. A cone of ice springs forth from his open palm and showers each of you. Let's see.
Can I change my save to 18? So plus 2 would have been 20 to save.
So, that would have been half damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you hadn't taken any. Okay. I set your HP correctly then.
Do I recognize this individual now that they're de-hooded in front of me?
No.
Okay.
But you would notice with your passive perception that he does bear the brand of the House of Scales on his neck.
Gotcha.
He did that, and you didn't draw your weapon, so he's going to take a step back. Oh, you know what? Actually, it'd probably be good. 1, 2, 3. 6. 6. All right, so that's where he would stop. You can make an unarmed attack of opportunity if you want, but
I don't have it programmed in. I guess I could roll a d20. Actually, no. Fuck it. I don't.
okay.
That reaction might come in handy.
I'm hoping this doesn't remove your pointer, Rumble, but it might. It didn't let me remove just mine. So if you could throw that back up.
It's still there on my side.
Oh,
It is
don't
not for
have
me.
it anymore.
I don't have it either.
Yeah.
It still shows me as targeting Hoodlum 2 anyway.
Well, will you put it back up anyway? Because I know it's gonna grow and everybody else.
Oh,
needs to see
that
it.
thing.
Yeah.
I was so concerned about making him roll a dex save.
Okay. So that's Hoodlum 1's turn. So Hoodlum number 2. Make his dex save now. He succeeded. So he is moderately wounded by the psychic energy leaking out from the planar rend. He is going to draw his longsword. And attack Udanar.
Wow.
The psychic energy just like causing immense migraines and intense pain. He just fumbles the attack and misses wide as the sword hacks into one of the beams of the bridge, just sending some wood chips flying. So he swings again, using both hands, but still unable to, get past the armor of the great Furbolg. Yeah, he's going to stand his ground. Well, no, he'll intelligently step out of the psychic plane. Petalin, you have the initiative.
Okay, I'm going to start by putting Bless on my party members. And also, on myself. And then I'm going to... That really hurt. Hoodlum 1. Don't appreciate it.
Pretty rude.
Pretty rude. It's a miss. Did it add my D4? I don't think it added the D4.
You gave yourself the bless concentration, but not the bless effect.
Oh. Well, that was silly of me. Add a D4.
Which one are you attacking?
Attacking...
You can say M or
1?
V. You can say M or V.
Would a 14 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, why did you only roll 1d4?
Well, it didn't add the bless thing to me.
Yeah, but you rolled 2 attacks. You should. So that first one is a 10.
Why did it roll 2 attacks?
Because Eldritch Blast casts twice.
Well,
The first one rolled at Petalin.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
weird.
you targeted yourself. I see.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So then, so you hit it with 1 Eldritch Blast.
So I hit him with 1 Eldritch Blast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So hit him again. Yeah.
Critically.
Woo!
For tickle. Only does a bit more than a tickle.
Wow.
Yes.
As the Eldritch energy punches a pin-sized hole, which then just starts to grow as the energy just barrels into him. Blood, just dark blood, just flows out from the gaping wound in his gut.
Okay, that will end my turn.
Okay. Madam Beldam, you're up.
Oh,
And probably Frosty.
it moved the friggin' map that I was zoomed in on to my token.
Well,
So
you can
that
middle click and
expands.
move it around.
Sorry, Udinar.
Okay. Did
You're in there.
you? I'm guessing you automatically did your concentration.
Are you talking to me?
No, Lavinia, since she was
It
hit
did
after.
not roll. Does the spell not have concentration on it?
You built them, so I don't know.
No, looks like it's missing it.
I see.
Would have been 12. I took 22 damage, so that halved would have been 11.
Okay.
Because Bless was not an effect
Yeah.
yet.
Right. So then, yes. Okay.
Just skirted by.
Yeah.
Is he behind a rock? From my line of
Yeah, but
sight?
it's not full cover.
Okay. He's just standing there.
Oh, it's like partial cover. But I don't have window open anymore.
Ah, shit, I should have moved.
Yeah, so half cover. Can I add that effect to him? Add effect. Cover. What is this? Initiative to adjust on duration. No. But it won't let me add what it actually is. +2 AC Dex. Okay.
So I'm going to move 20 feet to see around the rock. And we are going to shock bolt him.
Okay. For 5 damage as he is zapped.
How anemic.
That is the average damage of a single D10. Good job.
And I will end my turn there, I guess.
Okay.
So what do I have to roll?
Oh, he's gonna
I'll
he's
take
gonna
care of
target
it.
you and roll it. Yeah,
Because I think this is going to kill me.
you
Well,
succeeded.
you saved on it.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
Yeah, you took 5 damage there.
You just don't want to be in that at the start of your next turn.
Indeed.
As the psychic energy assaults you.
Definitely don't want to be in that shit. I'm going to take the disengage action.
Okay.
And I am going to move, I guess, as far as I can out of this stupid fucking diamond I'm in.
Okay.
I'm almost wondering if it's worth going into the river. That's considered rough terrain.
That would
right?
that would absolutely be difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain, yeah. it's probably worth it. Okay. So I'm going to go down actually
So
here because I
make a
disengaged.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So
that-
you do not slip on the rocks. You have very sure footing. You feel as nimble as an elf. Perhaps the first time in your life.
So that's, yeah. So that was 10. That's 20.
The water comes up to your, what, like your knees?
Yeah. And then I guess 30 will be like here. So
Yeah.
sure. We'll count that as my turn.
Well, no, because diagonals are in difficult terrain are doubled, so it's 15.
So I'll go here.
Okay. Well, no, you can go here because it's the second diagonal. You're right. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You finished there.
Mhm.
So let's see. What does he want to do? I wonder. Yep.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
He's going to raise his hand and
I
cast
will
another
fourth
spell.
level counterspell.
Okay. Don't have a counter spell for that. Well, he could, but he wouldn't, I don't think. No. I think he might.
I think that means he's going to.
No, I'm trying to think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would be willing to upcast here. We'll drop that down. So he's going to counterspell your counterspell.
Can I counterspell his counterspell?
Do you have? I mean, what level counterspell are you casting?
The third level?
You don't have a fourth level spell slot?
No, because remember I took
Mm.
a level in Warlock, so I
Warlock?
don't have a fourth level.
So Petalin attempts to counterspell, but finds her counterspell ineffective. So it burns your slot.
Isn't there supposed to be a roll?
Hmm?
I thought there was
Is
supposed
there?
to be a roll.
You attempt to interrupt a creature if the creature is third level. Oh, if it's casting spell for make an ability check will do your spell. You're right. Thank you for calling that out. 10 plus the spell level. So make a charisma check, Petalin.
Just a charisma check.
Yes. Yes. So she does counterspell his counterspell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So he once again is muted. I don't think I have really a bonus action worth using, do I? Let's see. That? No, that's one action. What about this? One action. Okay, so then yeah, he raises his hand, begins to speak. Once again, Madame Beldam says, fuck you. He tries to say fuck you to your fuck you, but then Petalin double fucks the fuck you, and so no magic comes out of him whatsoever. Alright, that burned that spell slot and that spell slot. So that ends his turn. So Hoodlum V. You know what? Actually, he's gonna move here. Having seen it grow, he being a smart boy, he's gonna treat a bit. Fortunately, my Hoodlum V fails his save and is racked by psychic waves as they pour forth. From which plane is psychic again?
Yeah. The astral plane.
Ah. Okay. Astral energy pouring forth. That doesn't feel good. So he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to make an acrobatics check to leap over the railing here and get
Oh,
at
Lord.
Lavinia. Because he is not a happy man. That is enough. And in doing so, he... Let me read this. Yeah, he's going to draw his short sword and swing the long sword with one hand. So, one attack. Wait, why was that made? Oh, because he's still targeting Udinar. Would a 10 have hit you?
No.
Okay. Short sword.
You're
Wait,
still
why is-
targeting Udnar.
Whatever. Would an 11 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so all 3 attacks miss as he swings wildly out of anger. And Petalin, you have the initiative.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I shouldn't have closed it.
Yeah, everybody keeps making that mistake.
Yeah.
All right, so since I'm concentrating on
Babe, remember you were supposed to hook it up to the television so you had that big screen for D&D.
next time.
Yeah.
All right, so since I'm concentrating on bless, I'm going to continue to do that for our own sake. So we'll try to hit him with a chaos bolt, I guess.
Try to have your actions ready to go by your
Yeah.
turn.
I know, it was
I'm
going to
not-
depend on what this guy did, what V did.
I'm not grousing at anybody. Just it will save us a bunch of time in the long run if we're not spending an extra minute to 2 minutes figuring out what we're doing.
Yeah, fucking roast him.
Fuck him.
Piece of
He's
shit.
dead. Piece of shit.
So you're casting a spell?
Yes.
Yeah. So he's gonna counterspell your spell.
Does he have another reaction?
Oh right, he used his
Oh
reaction
my
on his turn.
God.
You're right.
Yeah, he
Good
doesn't have a
call.
reaction.
Does he have anything at all here? Nope, that's a reaction, which is used. That doesn't help. Nope. Yeah, you're right. So down he
Woo!
goes.
Cool. So he's dead.
Okay. Well, he's down.
Well, down, dying.
Yes.
Unconscious? Yes, unconscious.
Okay.
So I will.
I thought you were
Again-
top of the round for some reason, so I thought I had my reaction back.
No, I'll again quicken. Fuck it. I'll quicken a firebolt this time to see if I can miss. Fair enough. All right, that will
Indeed,
end my
you
turn.
can miss.
I can miss. That will end my turn.
All right. Madam Beldam.
This grows another 5. Nope. I'm trying to zoom in and not spin myself.
She's dancing.
Yeah. Madam Beldam twirls in place.
I will use my action to disengage
Okay.
and then jump in the river.
Make a dexterity saving throw. Right, you're good. You don't slip. The creek, so it's not raging or anything.
Well, if I was actually jumping in, do I get some more distance than...
If you want to make a leap, you can. I think you
That
can.
was-
You can. like
The
jump up
intent.
to your strength score. Is that right?
-1.
Speed, jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump. With the long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can only leap half that distance. So I think you leap exactly where you are.
Okay. I guess would I have enough movement to get behind Udinar?
Behind me? No, I don't think so.
Well, like here.
That would be 30 feet of movement, and you've already used 5.
Next to Udinar.
That you can do. All right. Are you
Okay.
finished?
Yep.
All right. Udinar, you're up.
All right. I'm not feeling too good, so I'm going to try something I haven't tried yet, ever. I'm going to try to command him to stay where he is and cast Hold Person.
Oh, wow. You rolled a 1.
All right, so he is now paralyzed. My
Okay.
spiritual weapon goes away as well, because I'm no longer
All right.
concentrating.
Token. And does that save get made at the end of his, or at the end or beginning of his turn?
Yeah, let me check that for you.
It's all right. I can pull it up. So what else are you going to do?
At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to walk there and kind of just motion that like I got him, basically, like finish him off. Because if Beldam and Pedalin take a moment to look at me, I'm having a little hard of a time standing on my feet by myself.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you would have like hoarfrost all over you.
Yeah.
And like just like from the icicles would have lacerated. So basically the only thing keeping you standing is the fact that it was frozen damage. So most of your wounds are frozen over.
Yeah, exactly.
Your normally ashen blue skin is even bluer.
They can see me concentrating at him as well, so they know something is up, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's it.
So where is death saving was one of the things they could do. Oof, okay. All right, so he did his jazz.
I'm going to make his save a 5.
Okay. Fails his save. Pedal in.
Well, seeing that Udinar is indicating that he's quite hurt, and I can see that he's, a bit more frozen than perhaps I am.
He should just let it go.
Oh my god.
That was mostly for Rumble, as I know how much he recently enjoyed his encounter with Frozen.
Hey, that level
true?
was great.
What?
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. The power of darkness. Oh.
Wow. And then I'll use one more sorcery point. Oh, dang.
Okay. What did you even cast? All right, so you're casting Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Okay. deals its damage.
Mm-hmm.
Punches through his armor, which you can now see as his traveler's cloak is being shredded by the Eldritch Blast.
Paralysis is good, you guys.
Did you just roll 2 critical hits in a row?
Apparently I did.
It's because when you're
Yeah, roll
paralyzed,
that
all
second attack
attacks,
twice.
all attacks
okay.
have
Oh.
advantage and are critical.
That
I
way,
see.
that makes way more sense.
So it must be automatically taking that into account.
Oh yeah, because I mean he does have the paralyzed status. So
Yeah.
Okay, so that will actually end my turn.
okay.
But not his life, weirdly enough.
I know.
I mean he's an armored boy, so
I guess so. That's fair.
Madame Beldam.
I'm gonna let Udnar finish the job, so I will slap him on the back, give him a healing hands, and tell him
Wait.
to go get him.
Since when could you do that? Is that always a
Since
thing?
forever.
yeah,
yeah.
she's been able to do that for a long time.
You
She just typically
motherfucker.
uses it on herself. Well, she has to use it on herself all the time.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, huh? Are you
she's
kidding?
never taking hits because she's never on the
Are
front
you-
line.
Actually,
she's
more
almost
than-
died more
yeah.
than almost as
That-
much as Chain.
Madame Beldam has had more brushes with death than any living or unliving character in this party.
In this party now, sure.
No, I mean more than Chain. Chain actually died, but Madame Beldam has had more close encounters with death than Chain ever did.
I went down 3 times in the unicorn fight.
Yeah.
And twice in the fight with the spiders.
Yeah. Thing is, Chain would go down and die because he was off by himself. Anyway,
lesson.
are you finished, Madame Beldam?
Yep.
All right, Udinar.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna make note that it was a good idea not to use acid because it would have just melted the bridge. But psychic
Oh,
energy
yeah.
does still do things, and so the bridge is beginning to warp and distort.
Uh-oh.
Not that I mean you guys are standing in the creek is just fine, but just pointing it out.
What do I need to roll to get up off the ledge? Just dex again?
Yeah.
Okay. This will be the natural one. Here we go.
You were close.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Udinar slips and goes face first into the rock and slides into the stream. You take 1 damage.
Okay.
I just
I'll
healed
go
you
ahead.
for 2. What are you doing?
All right, I went ahead and added the 1. But you are now prone in the water.
Actually, the worst part about this is... Okay. I'm still holding person. That's fine.
Ah.
I was going to say that could have gone way worse.
Yeah. Do you have enough movement to stand up? It takes half of your movement.
Yeah, I do. But I don't have any more movement to do anything else.
Wait, do you? Because it took you 20 feet to get there.
It took me 20 feet? It took me 10, didn't it?
Weren't you right here?
No.
No, he was right in front of me.
I was right in front of Belden.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're fine then. Sorry, I misremembered where you were.
Gotcha.
So then, yeah. Okay, you stand up, and that ends your turn,
Yeah.
unless you want to dash.
No, I don't. I'm
Are you
good.
gonna attack from there, or? I guess it doesn't end your turn. You are within 5 feet of him.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, let me see. I think there was... No, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want to bother.
Okay. So death save. Oh well, that's all right. He's dead.
Was that a 1?
You hear the death rattle of a man's last gasp behind you.
Okay.
Yes, it was a 1.
Well,
And then I
As
need you to force the con save, or actually, what is the save that I need to make?
Oh, I can force it for you if you want.
Wisdom. Yeah,
It's
just go and
wisdom.
force it.
Yeah.
As a reaction to his death rattle, can I drop concentration?
No. Unless concentration can be dropped at any time. Let's see. I think it's as a something. Concentration.
Hoodlum V rolled a 1.
Oh, great.
So yeah.
Crawford says you can end concentration at any time, no action required.
There you go. So yes, you can.
Well, that was easy.
Wait, how big was that? It was 25?
Correct.
Okay. Then I check something. Okay, that's fine. All right. Then Hoodlum V is still paralyzed. Pedalin, you have the initiative.
Oh, he's not dead.
No.
He's just giving his death rattle.
Oh, I mean, that was Hoodlum M that death rattled.
Oh. So is he dead then? Or just unconscious, dying?
No, M. We're focusing on V.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I thought M
He's still
was
up.
down.
M
No,
was
M is
down
dead
and
now.
M is now dead.
Okay.
V is
That's what I
paralyzed.
thought. I just got confused for a second. Okay. Thank you for the little X'd out eyes. That helps. All right. All right, that's a hit. Maybe this will kill him. He's still not dead. Oh my God.
He's not even heavy yet.
He's heavy.
How did you miss an attack against the stationary paralyzed
I
target?
don't
with no one
know.
out?
I don't
That's
know.
really funny.
I'm not really trying that hard because I'm
Yeah?
too busy laughing at Udinar falling into the stream.
Yeah.
That's how
So-
I missed.
So the blast just goes way up in
I
the
just-
sky, nowhere near.
I was laughing and I wasn't concentrating as much as I should have.
And it probably hurts to laugh because you are quite wounded.
Yes.
All right, are you finished or are you doing anything
Yes.
else?
No, that'll do it for me.
All right, Madam Beldam.
Combat should have been over last round. In an attempt to redeem herself from the previous crossbow blunder,
Oh no.
She's gonna hit you. Oh wow, you did it.
oh, damn it. Zoom, don't spam. And I will use my movement to come to this side of the creek.
Okay, so the bolt punches into Hoodlum V's armor, and blood begins to trickle. Noodles.
All right. Let's move up here. Let's fucking do it.
Dexterity save. All right, you make it up.
Hell yeah, I do. No problem. Oh, I guess I can't do that, so I'm going to... Where the hell is it? Touch the grave. Touch of the grave. Damn.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna grab him. How do I miss? He's...
You're blessed. And you still miss.
Yeah.
And it's an advantage because he's fucking paralyzed.
Yeah, you just
Oh my
grab his
gosh.
armor. You grab a fistful of Traveler's Cloak, which just like melts away in your hand.
Oh, I'm so fucking angry.
It.
Oh god, that sucks. Okay. Well, luckily, since that's a cantrip, I'll use my bonus to cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
All right. Give me a force my wisdom save, please.
Okay.
Okay.
He shakes it off.
No longer. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think whenever he has it on him, I think I can go into his status effects and re-roll it, but we'll test that next time.
Cool.
Pedal in. You have the initiative as the hooded veteran shakes off the paralysis, and you can see just like murder in his eyes.
Okay.
We don't have advantage now, so make these good rolls.
I know. All right. See what we can do. I don't want to lose Bless just yet, so that went really well. Guess we'll speed cast this again. Hey.
Hey.
Automatic miss.
A crit and an auto miss. All right.
Yep.
So you punch another hole into him, and you can, it exposes the bone of his rib where the flesh is melted away by the Eldritch Blast. So you can now see his ribs, or at least one of his ribs, but the other one just sails wide. You finished?
I'm gonna move back a little bit. Just out of his reach, I think, in case he gets any funny ideas.
All right. Madam Beldam.
Man, what a fight this has been.
Kind of different when we don't have egg.
All right, I'm actually gonna use a real spell.
We're just like pew pew pew.
Yeah, it really sucks losing egg. Just like the hard hitting, like one turn of just pure damage that can be pumped out.
We need him. We need him.
That is a hit.
All right. I don't remember which one. Okay, the not spell bonus is the regular hit.
There it is.
And down he goes with his
And
one
then-
remaining HP.
Son
Really?
of a bitch.
Yes.
Okay, and then out of spite, I'm gonna hit him with the echoing blast as my bonus action.
Okay. I think the echo is still just the one, though.
Yeah,
Or
it's
does-
just 1d8, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't scale up the dice.
I don't know why I took 3d8 when I wrote it.
Yeah, because the echo is it's a bonus action, so it'd be way too powerful if it
Yeah.
scaled up the number of dice. So it's basically one die plus mod. But anyway, you pummel him with the echoing blast until he stops breathing.
Phew.
Yeah. And then eventually, very carefully, climb out of the water, I imagine.
To immediately go loot the caster.
Okay. On the caster's body there are several pieces of fine jewelry, a traveler's cloak, decent clothing, and 3
Rumbler.
scroll cases.
Rumble, are you putting those into the inventory doc?
I mean, I guess. I wasn't writing it down yet. No spellbook?
No spell book.
These fucking sorcerers.
So
Well, also wizards don't always carry their spell books.
fine jewelry, fine cloak, three scroll cases. Yes?
Also a dagger.
Also a dagger. Let me guess. Does it have the emblem of the House of Scales on it?
How did you know?
I suspected.
Did you look at my notes before the session started?
I did not. I
Mm.
just had a hunch.
Mm.
I'll look at Henchman V.
Okay. He has a long sword, a short sword, and where did it go? Close the combat tracker. A heavy crossbow with 10 bolts and some, I think that's heavy armor.
I'm putting all of this
yes.
into the pit inventory, by the way.
Heavy armor made of narrow vertical strips of riveted metals that are riveted to a leather backing with flexible chainmail in the joints.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat indeed. Okay.
Yep.
He also has, sorry, a
Mhm.
sack. It wasn't on the page, but a sack of coins,
Ooh.
Okay.
and I think no, he's also got some jewelry.
Would the jewelry be the rings? The
No,
ring
he doesn't.
you had mentioned earlier?
He doesn't have one of those rings. That's on M, not on V.
I see.
But he does have some basic like silver jewelry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And I take it, are the horses still there, or did they run off?
No, they're still there. They're tethered to the tree.
Yes. Free rides. I'm gonna go to the horses and
Okay.
see if they have anything interesting in. Do they have saddlebags, or are they just saddled?
They are just saddled.
Okay, so nothing interesting there.
Mm.
Got us a couple of
You-
mounts though.
You might draw the conclusion that these riders intentionally rode out to meet you and were not intending to stay long.
Mm.
Can we gather their corpses and burn them?
Probably a good idea.
Anything else?
Is Udinar too big to ride a horse?
Yes.
Okay.
He would need a like a Clydesdale.
He'd need a big one. Need an elephant.
What time of the day is it?
Probably midday. Because it's half day from the forest to and then it's like 1 day after. So it's like 1.5 days from the forest to treetop. So.
Gotcha.
Do you want to press on, or do you want to try and take a short rest? Because if we're only a half a day from town.
Don't think I need a short rest. I'll just do a prayer of healing
Okay.
here. Get us. We should press on. So let's take 10 or 15 minutes to catch our breath, and I'll
Yeah.
Heal us all up.
Okay.
So there we go.
We're good.
That should have applied it to all of you. It did.
Mhm.
Dope.
Yeah.
Man.
Nice.
Fantasy Grounds is so dope.
Right.
It's really good. All it takes is
How
like
do-
multiple hundreds of dollars worth of modules.
Yeah.
The one
All
problem.
right. It's so worth it though.
Yeah. When
If you
get to
don't,
that
if you
point.
don't own the physical books, then it's less of a hurdle
Yeah.
because but because I had already bought the physical books, it's like I bought all the physical books twice.
Yeah, it's too bad you couldn't like scan a barcode or something to get it.
That's what I was saying. Is like I wish there was some way to like proof of purchase it, because like if it was just a barcode, people could go and just steal the barcodes and
Yeah.
scan them in. But if there was some way, it would be nice. But I understand that WotC wants their money, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
How do I remove the bless effect on you
Holy
guys?
shit, you blessed us a
I just
bunch.
I blessed like you guys like 4 times.
I
it
don't
was the
think
wrong
you
button.
do.
I think
Yeah,
he
Wolf
has to.
a clear all.
Yeah.
Is there a clear all? Oh, it says close window.
Neat.
Hashtag blessed.
Yeah.
All right. So what now?
I think we press on.
I think so.
I am a little curious as to why they singled me out.
Well, are those scroll cases missives like orders, or are they maybe just spells?
In the 10 or 15 minutes we took for me to heal us all, would you have been looking at that maybe?
Well, the madam's the one that has the cases.
I'm talking to him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after the last one kind of exploded on me,
Oh.
I'm a little hesitant, I suppose.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you.
Can I just do like a quick investigation of them without cracking them open just yet?
Yeah, they look like standard scroll cases.
Any sort of
one,
like
one of
sealing
them
on
has it. One of them has actually two of them have its seal broken.
Mm. Okay, I will glance at those two.
Okay. In one of them is like you open it up and look inside, and it doesn't look like there's anything in there. Would you tip it up? How would you continue to like just glancing doesn't look like anything's in there.
Hmm.
Realistically, would you upend it?
I will set it down on the ground, step back, mage hand, and use the mage hand to tip it from 30 feet away.
Okay. Well, a small cloud of like ash pours out of it.
Careful, madam, it might get you dirty.
I will do the same with the other opened one.
Okay. You look inside, and there appears to be a folded scroll of some sort.
I guess I'll have the mage hand unfurl it far away.
It's one hand, so it's gonna have some difficulty unrolling a scroll.
Okay. The hand will go pick up a rock, put it on one end, and then
Wow.
roll it open.
Okay, so there is now an unrolled piece of parchment, approximately 30 feet, sitting on the ground. 30 feet away, sitting on the ground.
Didn't explode immediately.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go look at it.
What languages? You know what? Actually, I'll just do this. Understood by nobody, so no. You see strange symbols.
Is the helm in the pit?
I think so.
Yeah, I do believe it is. It is, yeah.
Okay, making sure that Egg didn't have it.
No. It's in the pit inventory, not in eggs.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and use the helm to comprehend languages. And touch the scroll, hoping it doesn't explode on me.
Serious, stop it. You're the most annoying dog in the universe.
Is he crying?
Yes. Tossing his head and backing up and prance dancing and being a little shit. Okay. Did you cast Comprehend Languages on yourself?
Yes.
All right. Did you actually add the effect to yourself?
Is that a thing? Will that just magically make the text work?
It should if it actually applies to yourself.
Huh.
I never even considered being able to just add that to our thing for if we use it.
No, it doesn't look like it has any effect it can add on you.
Are you gonna? Well, yeah, I'll just send it to you in Discord, and you can determine whether or not you read it out loud.
Anything interesting?
Give me 1 second. I haven't sent it yet.
Oh.
I'm making sure that it has all the information it's supposed to have. I forgot you guys had the helm, so I wasn't sure if you'd be able to read it or not. I thought Egg had it. Beldam begins to pore over the text that does not explode as she reads it.
Does this parchment have a seal on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Red wax, House of Scales.
Okay. It looks like it's another contract.
For just Udnar this time, I guess.
The cleric must die. Divine magic is the greatest sin against our aims. If he travels with others, they may be spared this one time only. Be mindful his power as he wields the strength of a creature that dares calls itself a god. And the shell he inhabits wields great raw power as well.
Oh.
Almost flattering. If it wasn't for the, fucking trying to kill me part.
But it
He
doesn't
represents
name...
an abomination of the old times which must be destroyed in order to achieve our goal for a free world of the influence of their ilk and ensure total supremacy of our Lord.
And there's the bigotry.
So dyslexia caught you a little bit there, but must be destroyed in order to achieve our goal of a world free of the influence of their ilk and ensure the total supremacy of our Lord.
What did I say?
You just switched a few of the words around.
Hmm.
So, but who is their lord then? And why would they want a world without the gods?
I don't know if we've ever come across that information, but we do know that they're trying to find pre-sundering artifacts.
And they've already killed one priest in this area.
Perhaps they just don't like the idea of being more powerful than they could be.
Maybe. Does the missive, this one, say the priest must die or the cleric must die?
The cleric.
Mm.
Though, I mean, I guess honestly what it would say is the wielder of divine magic. But
Well,
divine would
I'm
be
just-
like in quotations.
I guess in my brain I'm just trying to tell if this, since it doesn't name anyone by name, if it's specifically for Udnar or if it could have been just as easily for the priest in the woods whose body we found.
No, it's obviously for me.
Okay.
They
How did
spoke
they-
awfully highly of you, considering you fell on
Considering
some
I'm an
rocks.
abomination.
How did they know that you were a cleric, though? It's not like we've just been going around advertising it.
I mean, the guy wears a holy symbol.
Yeah, lots of charlatans can wear holy symbols.
And you guys are being, paraded around as the saviors of Treetop.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you have gained some fame based off of your actions.
Anyway, I guess.
Anyway, attempt on your life, whatever.
Well, I mean, this is not the first time someone's tried to kill us, even today. Or this week, or this month.
Well, I don't know about you. It is the first time I've had a hit put on my head,
You get used to it.
I suppose.
I mean, I don't know that Pedalin would brush it off that easily.
Well, the House of Scales has already been hired to kill people we know. And we've had some bad run-ins with them before. We were already on the lookout for them.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying that you don't have a reason to understand, that they're dangerous, just that this is a pointed contract at one of your group, not people you know, one of you.
Mm.
And
the
there's motive.
And the stranger
Like,
thing is it wasn't for the opponent running in the thing. It was for me. How odd.
You mean it's for you and not...
Well, for
Madame
Beldam,
Beldam?
yeah. In fact, it said that the group he travels with can be spared this one time.
Yeah, it makes me think that, well, all that means is that this probably doesn't have anything to do with the election then. I know you were concerned that attempts would be made on Madame Beldam and us due to the election, but this seems like it's outside of it.
Yeah, it seems like they are not worried about the election. They probably figure they have it. They probably have money all over the place. They have it in hand.
Mm.
Seems like I represent more of a threat to whatever they're doing. Which is in
Well,
some ways
whatever-
scarier than a mere
Whatever the House
election.
of Scales is... Yeah, I think you're right. Whatever the House of Scales is doing is obviously bigger than Treetop.
Can I
This
use
makes-
some inductive reasoning and surmise that the scroll cases are what they hold their contracts in?
Possibly. I mean, you can deduce whatever you feel like deducing.
Are the 3 cases identical?
Largely, yes. One of them is sealed.
You want to mage hand that one open?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. What kind of seal is like holding the lid on?
Wax.
I think you should like inspect it a little bit before opening it this time. Mage hand or not.
Well, what is there to gain from looking at the outside of it?
So what's happening?
I think
I don't know. I guess I'll do an investigation check, but I feel like I'm just gonna get back.
you want
it's
a
sealed.
guidance boop before you do that.
I rolled in that 20.
No, oh shit, you did.
It is a standard scroll case. It is wax sealed to protect it from the elements. The seal does not appear to have been tampered with. It is, black sealing wax.
Oh, black, not red.
Okay, I'm gonna use my dagger to kind of dig a little hole in the ground and plant the scroll case seal side up into the dirt and kind of wedge it in there and bury it a bit, and then step
Okay.
back and
Real quick, is the seal that's on it still House of Scales, even though it's black wax and not red, or is it something
There's
different?
nothing it's sealed. It's not like there's no sigil pushed into it.
Oh, okay.
so stand back with mage hand and have it. I don't know, can it just like try and twist the cap off to break the wax?
Yeah,
I will have
So-
it do that.
it does so freely.
And I will have it reach in and try to pull out any contents.
Okay, there is a rolled up piece of parchment inside.
Do the same thing with the rock and unfurl it.
Okay.
And after giving it like a good 5 seconds, then I'll walk up to it and take a look at it.
Okay. You'll have your comprehend languages, so give me like 2 minutes. There.
Well, this is quite interesting.
Oh?
Ensure that the prince stays out of trouble. Keep him away from the women of the city as much as possible until the election is secured. If need be, confine him to his quarters under my authority. Seek out knowledge on your opponents and dispose of them as you see fit. Do not outright slay any of them or draw suspicion to yourself. The prince will arrive 1 week after you. That should be ample time to prepare for what needs to be done. Signed, His Radiance.
Oh, snap!
Hmm.
Then Lautrick was having the other candidates eliminated. And apparently he's a prince now? Prince of what? From where? I don't know what to do about this, you guys. This is getting more dangerous by the minute.
I feel like this is information we need to bring to the town.
Like, to the elders?
I don't know how willing the elders will be to listen to what we may have to say.
I mean, they're not really gonna like to hear that a group of assassins and murderers has been hired to rig their internal elections.
Remember, I'm going to point this out since nobody has noticed. That was sealed. The other one was not.
Oh, so nobody's read it. So it's not necessarily referring to Lautrick, but rather to someone who will arrive within a week. Hmm.
Even if it's not necessarily related to the election, this is still information that they probably need to know.
I agree. We should continue on to Treetop.
What do you do with the missive?
We should keep it for sure. Can put it back into the case and store it in the case.
Is that
Question
what you
is,
do?
I say put the whole thing in the pit, because if that's found on your person, it's gonna look like you're the one making the other candidate disappear.
That is very true.
So
Is it worth not carrying this on us at all?
no, because if we need to show it to the elders at some point, and we don't have it, then we have no proof.
Right, but what
I'd
if we present it and they call it fabricated or spin it around on us?
Well, Udnar, what do you think?
I'm wondering if
all yours.
I'm wondering if I even go back to Treetop at all.
I think you'd probably actually be safest there.
Maybe.
They came out here to intercept us before we got back to the town. I think you'd be less likely to be murdered in plain view.
Why don't we consult with the captain of the Sons, Oriana? Some private counsel.
Okay. We can probably speak to her on the ground before going up into the town as well,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm.
she might prefer for something
Yeah.
sensitive like this.
Does the actual parchment have any sort of like seal or authority on it?
It would have the same red seal, but actually this one would be in black wax. So it'd be a black seal.
But still distinctly the same House
Yeah.
of Scales logo. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. For now, I will keep the scroll case on me, but I will put the parchment itself into the ring.
Okay.
And then call it good for now, I suppose.
Okay. All right, so you guys are going to head back to Treetop from here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Lucky for you, the rest of your journey is largely unmolested and uninterrupted. Even your night out on the plain is rather calm. No large groups of undead, as there aren't really that many bodies out in the plains. It would be around late afternoon by the time you make it back to Treetop the following day. And I believe there was some matter of trying to reach out to Oriana before heading up. Now, what you'll be told is that she is out on patrol and you can wait for her, but she likely won't return until morning, or you can head into town.
I
And
think we had.
If we wait until morning, that would be the day before the debate, or we still have 2
Yes.
days before the debate?
It'd be the day before.
Okay.
How
We
much
should
time
head
is
in.
left in the day today?
It's late afternoon.
Mm. So we wouldn't have a lot of time to get started on canvassing today.
Now, Treetop is abuzz with energy. Even from down below, you can just hear it. You can see, like, there is a swelling of the populace, even, not only from the lifting of the issues out at, out east, removing the plague or the blight, but also the buzz of the election has drawn people in from, outside of city limits, hovels, traders, that kind of thing. There is business afoot, and so the town is alive. Village is alive, I should say.
Before we head up, I am going to take off the tiara and the bangles and stow them away.
Okay.
Just so to the common folk, it doesn't appear that I am flaunting any sort of wealth.
Okay.
Smart.
And then are you guys gonna head up?
Yes.
I suppose
I
so. I guess we'll leave word that we're looking for the captain.
Okay.
Just so that information can be passed on.
The Silent Sons kind of nod, and the speaker lets you know that she will be notified as soon as she returns that your party is looking for her. So the lift attendant, as you get on board, and he pulls the lever to winch you on up, lets you know that he's happy to see you return and in good health, and lets you know that you do have guests awaiting your arrival, and he expects that they will meet you at the rooms that the elders have prepared for you.
Oh, the rooms have been prepared for us, have they?
Well, of course, all of the candidates are allowed to stay in the finest accommodations to ensure that their safety is guaranteed until, with the election so close and with 2 of the candidates missing or otherwise.
Lovely.
So he smiles and continues pulling the winch. And as you reach the top, you see awaiting for you is a retinue of incredibly well-dressed men and women wearing parade armor. And at their helm, a handsome gentleman in black armor studded with red rubies. And you can see that pieces are parts, like he appears to be mostly human, but there are sections of his skin that are entirely scaled, not unlike a lizard. He has a long, like, decorative sword on one hip and a dagger in the other, more of a dirk than a dagger. They just look like dueling weapons, and a beaming, just like charming smile. And as the lift reaches the top and they all look to you, he bows, and thus his retinue all bow in sync, and even lower than him. And just with this big broad smile and his golden eyes just like staring into Lavinia, he extends a hand and says, "I am absolutely smitten."
Petalin gives a deep curtsy.
Are you wearing your blindfold? Or have you
Yes.
abandoned that? So then, as he says, "I'm absolutely smitten," he says, "Surely the gods have returned and struck you blind at birth so that you might not fall victim to your own unrivaled beauty, as those of us here surely have."
All right, I guess I'm gonna play nice for now. I'll take his hand and curtsy back and say, "Surely you jest, you flatter me."
So he brings your hand to his lips and he says, "And a fool I've been, so smitten by the goddess before me. I should introduce myself. I am Lautric Abishai. I will be your opponent in the upcoming debate. And I do say you've got me all aflutter. I don't know if I'll be able to concentrate." And he looks over at his retinue and says, "Never has a specimen so completely befuddled my magnificence or left me at a loss for words so radiantly. Not even as I fought bound and gagged against the voice stealer." And they all croon and like ooh and ah at him. And there's even some followers of the village that are just like hangers on.
I'm going to whisper to Petalin. It certainly doesn't seem like he's at a loss for words.
Petalin covers her mouth so that she doesn't snicker.
He cuts his eyes over to you with a withering glare, and just for a moment there's just like this darkness there, but then it quickly turns back into that same charming, beaming smile, and he says, and who might your companions be?"
I step forward and give a lovely curtsy, nice and deep, and say, "I am Petalin of Corkwood."
He returns a slight shallow bow.
"It is
And then
our
I-
honor to meet you, the fellow candidate."
Says, "As it should be, young miss."
"And this, our taller companion, is Udanar."
I just give a stern nod and just like, don't move.
Quite the talker, that one. Well, I'm sure you have much to attend to. You will find that your quarters have been paid for. You will have no inconveniences, no costs to incur coming up for this. I do sincerely hope that we will have a wonderful debate in 2 days' time. I look forward to it. Madam Beldam, was it? I would be delighted if you would do me the honor of joining me for dinner.
Absolutely. How could I deny such a gracious invitation?
Then my retainer will call for you at dusk.
Look forward to seeing you then.
He bows deeply again and just like offers you a wink. And as he's going away, he pulls from his back a lute and begins to strum it, playing a like a melancholy, sad tone. begins to sing this like slow romantic but like heartbreaker of a tale, and just this almost a sea of followers within the village, mostly women, all swooning after him and just crooning and oohing and awing at his every note. And soon he disappears.
Petalyn stops herself, realizing that she had taken 2 or 3 steps after him before she shook it off.
I don't like that man.
There's something off about him.
The real question is why didn't he like me? I have manners.
He certainly seemed less of a glorious crime mastermind and more of a almost childish buffoon about him.
A bit
How
of
odd.
a fop, yes.
Well, at least you'll have a lovely dinner, I say while looking at Vilda.
My intent is to gather information.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather spend as little amount of time as I can with him.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would be
Gather
careful.
all the information you wish.
I'm going to punch him in the ribs for that remark.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It doesn't hurt.
With my minus
what-
1 strength.
Yeah, it's the noodle arms. Okay.
Well,
What now?
What should Udinar and I do while you're at dinner? Do you want us to start talking to the townfolk on your behalf?
I mean, we obviously have to get bathed and get into our fancy clothes. We can't be
yes.
representing a politician in our battle garb.
No. Udinar, we'd be representing the goddess who strikes men blind with her beauty. Like, do little fruitsy fingers and like swish my cloak.
Did you say
Indeed.
fruitsy fingers?
Yeah, like wiggling them, like ooh.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I would be wanting to go down to the baths, get a bath in quick, and like change into the set of fine clothes I have.
Okay.
Likewise. Well, I mean, we
Yeah, I
wanna
think
go
that's
to
the
our
plan
room
for all of
first.
us.
Okay. So room, then baths, then room.
Yes. Fancy
Okay.
clothes.
You will find along the way that the town is, indeed a buzz and glowing, and everybody is talking about the election. But the name you hear on almost every villager's lips is Lautric. He apparently, the rumor mill abuzz is that he sailed in on a great ship with golden sails, and ever since he arrived, his people have brought in food and drink and sport and game, and every night the prince attends to some form of entertainment. So just like that's all anybody can talk about.
Hate to break it to you, madam, but you've got some stiff competition. It seems that he's, pretty much won over everyone already.
I already came into this knowing that the odds would be slim and honestly didn't get my hopes up. But worth a shot if we have the opportunity.
You might ask around about how the election even works.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Good place to start.
So, guessing while the group bathes, that will be a line of questions for anybody that you encounter.
Well, out of character, how long are we running tonight?
Well, I was actually about to ask you guys. I wanted to get to the election proper, but I don't think we have time. So we could end here, and that would be fine. That gives me time to do Egg's makeup session, and then he might make it back just in time for the election itself.
I'm okay with whatever you guys want to do in that regard.
I feel like
I'm prepared to go all the way up through the election itself, but I'm happy to end here, and we can pick up right where we left off for our next session.
I mean, I certainly would like to have, Homer back for the election.
Mhm.
And here seems a fairly
I would prefer it
natural
too,
place
honestly.
to end.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Then what we'll do is you guys will go down to the baths. You'll change into your clothing, and we will stop right before Lavinia's dinner. So Lavinia and Petalin will be down in the ladies' bath, and Udinar will be solo in the men's bath.
Hell yeah, man.
Which
That's how I
is they're all very crowded. But you will find Madame Beldam, at least, and Petalin, since you're traveling with her, that accommodations have been made for you to have a private bathing experience.
Lovely.
Udinar, you would find yourself in a crowded bathhouse. Is there any reason why that you can think of that you might name drop?
Me?
Yeah. Like it doesn't seem in character, but if you have a reason that you might mention that you working with Madame Beldam, then perhaps something could be done.
Nah, man. I'm just here cleaning and hanging dong. You know how it goes.
All right. So
He can ask some questions.
Hanging for a bowl of dong, yeah, in a crowded bath.
Nope.
And certainly ask some questions. What are some things you might ask the patrons that you are,
intimidating.
Yeah.
Do you even
Roll an
lift, bro?
intimidation check.
Just turn into a real douche, bro. Do you even lift? Talking to just the scrawny little bastards everywhere. Honestly, he wouldn't really talk to anybody. He wants to just get changed, and as soon as the fine clothes are on and he can seek out specific people in a not kind of weird setting, that's when he'll probably talk to people.
Everybody in the baths is talking. It is a place where the community goes, and the dong's under the water, so most of them are
yeah, floating.
That makes it not gay.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you don't look. Honestly, then he wouldn't start conversation, but he would be listening to overhear any particular thing that he could.
You'll hear a lot of the same. It's 90% of the conversation is somehow centered around Lautrec in some way, and how great it is that ever since he's come in, the city is alive, and the shops are prospering, and the supplies they've brought in from the exotic foreign lands are just truly incredible, and all the foods. And there were a couple of times yeah, but they're the you'll hear talk but she's one of the saviors of Treetop, and they removed the plague, and yeah, they did that. That's cool. I mean, cool, whatever. But she's not the Prince Charming. She doesn't play us music and make our city better. But it for the most part, there doesn't really seem to be any dissent about Lavinia. It's just all anybody can talk about is this shiny, charming, beautiful prince, and his weird skin condition where he's got scales on his face and his hands. And someone's well, I saw him as he entered the bath once, and he's even got scales on his torso and his legs, and I heard he's got them on his butt.
I guess I might just, if I overhear them saying that he brings stuff from faraway lands or blah blah blah, I'd like to know where does he hail from originally?
Whenever, if you just kind of ask that question, but anybody talk, you inject yourself into the conversation. They mostly just kind of look at you and realize how huge you are, and then they're oh, he comes from a foreign land. Some people say from the north.
Right.
And then someone else is like, I heard a rumor that he's from New Atnos. He's like, well, I've been to New Atnos and I didn't see him when I was there.
Well, I'm going to say I hear he's from Spira. And see if anybody says anything.
Like a few people turn at the mention of Spira, and like that word just like ripples out across the entire bath, like Spira, 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 Spira. So anybody who remembers it, and they also like, where would you get an idea like that? Why would you go putting that idea into anybody's head? It's a terrible thing to say. How could you?
Oh my god.
Odinor starting a whisper campaign in the baths.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. That's just what I hear. I don't even know what this Spira is. I'm obviously not from these parts, so.
I'll say, says one member of the baths. They like again, like you just keep hearing the whisper of Spira going on, and so it's like, oh, can you imagine Spira returning? And if Lautric brought Spira back, he just needs to be the elder.
If Lautric brings Spira back. Interesting.
And then someone else is like, well, and then somebody else is like, well, Spear is just a tall tale. It's been missing since before my grandfather even. And they're like, it's not a tall tale. We have blah 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 relics from there, and there's lots of tales, and people from not here have even heard of it. Where do you think the Silent Suns even came from?
Okay, I need to roll this because I'm actually fucking confused as to the read of the room. Do they want Spira to come back, or does it sound like they really don't want it to come back?
It's okay. So your insight roll is like the room is split. Like some people think that Spira is just like this legend, and like this is the way it's always been. And so Spira is just this like something you tell kids to tell them about a time when things were greater, or it's a little bit of everything. There isn't a general consensus within the room.
So it's actually like a hot button topic. Okay, interesting.
Well, now it is that it's been brought up.
Yeah.
To me, it sounded like a couple of people did want it to come back, though.
Sure.
Yeah. And then everybody else is a racist. We get it. I've seen it. Interesting. I'm
Clearly,
trying to see
if you don't like Spira, you're a racist.
Clearly.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of how I can spin this to cause some sort of like dissent starting, but I don't know how.
You can use your skills instead of having to use your human brain.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to... so the thing I want to do with this role is try to maybe start a rumor or a deception that he plans to restore the glory that once was Spira, which might cause like some issues with Treetop no longer being like as strong or something. I don't know, like take resources from here to work on that basically.
Okay. So you're largely just shot down as a naysayer, and like they're like, oh, you're just jealous of the prince, and that's just a tall tale, or it's just a legend, and that's such a reach, and we would have heard something if that was going on, but all anybody has to say about Lautric is that he's just magnificent and wonderful, and haven't you met him? He's just the greatest. So by trying to spin a negative thing on the prince, it seems to have backfired a little bit.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't really have anything else I would be doing.
Okay. Well, with that, I think we could probably go ahead and call it, unless you guys wanted to do any other canvassing, because we're leading right into the dinner. So you finish your baths, you go back, you get changed into your fine clothes, and then I guess you guys would have a couple of hours to really canvass or ask questions or do anything like that. Anything else?
We should maybe talk as a group.
Well, yeah,
now
I'm
that
saying
we're
that
all
you guys
together.
are together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Did you
we could
enjoy your
do-
bath?
Very good.
Very
No
good,
problem
sir.
whatsoever.
Did you hear any juicy rumors in the bath?
Yeah, apparently Lautrick wants to bring Spira back. It's a long story. We should probably not dig too deep into it.
What do you mean he wants to bring it back?
Again, there might have been a story trying to float around to discredit him, but it doesn't seem to have worked. People here seem almost as if they have some magical blinders on or something. Seems like they're almost under a spell. It's weird how obsessive they seem to be.
What did the people think of Spira as a concept?
Well, seems to be either a tale you tell children to keep them in line, or a tale you tell children to keep them cozy in bed. So it seems like everybody has their own personal bias and spin on it.
What if we made that our platform?
Well, it's
So
a
we could
sure
bring
way
it
to
back?
split the vote. But maybe when it's so heavily weighted in one direction, maybe we need to split the vote.
There's still nobody who's asked how the election works.
We haven't had the opportunity to because we've
You
been
just
in the
had
private
the
bath.
opportunity.
What?
You just had the opportunity
What do you mean?
in the baths.
We were
Everybody
in a
was talking
private
about
bath.
the election. Well, I know you were.
I don't care about how the election works. I wouldn't have asked about it.
But don't you want to win?
I mean, I do.
All right.
I guess
can
since
ask
if
about
we're
that tomorrow when I
like
get
in the
started.
town,
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
is it just a random schmo walking by?
Sure.
No, there's no
Probably
people
best
in
if the
town.
madam doesn't ask. I can grab a random schmo and ask him how the election works. Or what we need to do.
Okay.
Hello, random citizen.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give me a description of the citizen that I grab, or?
It is a generic villager.
Well, I just want to ask him. Are you gonna make me do it in character, or can I just ask a general question?
Why don't you just ask?
Well, I want to know how the election works. How does the election work?
Oh, okay. It's like, how do you not know how the election works?
I'm not from around here.
Oh, that's silly. Why are you here?
I'm here to witness the election, and because I heard that the Madame Beldam, who is one of the candidates, is an amazing adventurer and very powerful, and I've heard that she's beautiful too.
He looks at you for a moment, and then he turns and looks over his shoulder, and you can see a group of kids that appear to be playing, little kid make believe pretend games, and as you kind of follow his gaze, you hear the kid saying, "We're the saviors of Treetop, and we're gonna banish the horned horse." And he looks back at you, and he's like, Aren't you one of the saviors of Treetop? Didn't you banish the blight?"
Can I just roll intimidation just to get him to tell me what I want to know? I asked a simple question, and he's being very ornery, and I don't appreciate it.
Sure. You can try and intimidate him.
I'm going to look at him with my red eye.
You have a high intimidation. Jesus Christ.
So you glare with your one bad eye.
Just tell me what I want to know. God damn it.
And it starts to itch a little bit as you try to use its power, and so it just involuntarily you reach up to scratch your eye and just lose any sort of commanding presence you may have had. And he's like, "Well, calm down there, little miss. I didn't mean to offend anybody. No, I mean the election is simple. Each of the elders has a vote, and then the village has a vote themselves, but it counts for 2. And if there are any ties, then they go to the Grand Elder."
Who is the Grand Elder?
What do you mean, who's the Grand Elder? The Grand Elder is the de facto leader of Treetop. They typically don't oversee matters except for those that the elders themselves can't decide on.
Does this Grand Elder have a name?
Gwyn sent you.
Where do they live?
Says the Grand Elder gives up all names and titles upon achieving the rank of Grand Elder. They simply represent They simply represent Treetop. It's not entirely unlike the cities that or the cityscape that used to run or used to offer protection to our villages and towns.
Do you mean Spira?
And he's like, "Shh, don't scare the children."
Right. I take it there's not really a way to meet with the Grand Elder?
No. Who are? Yes, you're the saviors of Treetop. You just march right up to the Grand Elder's tree.
I didn't say
knock on the
march
door.
right up. I said there's not a way to meet with them. You can't request an audience.
No, you only meet with him if you're summoned, or if the elders determine that it is of great enough importance that you supersede their wisdom. Man, you really don't know much, do you?
I know a fellow who wants to bring back Spira when I see one.
The children nearby that were playing make-believe and pretending to be you even, they all squeal at the sound and they start running away, and you hear one of them say, "No, the elves are coming to eat us."
Look
That's
what
why
you
never
did.
meet
You
your
scared
heroes.
the children. Shame on you. And then I walk away.
Okay.
Wow.
God, that guy was annoying.
I think he was great. I don't know
Yeah,
what you're talking about.
I kind of don't blame him. I've been approached randomly on the street before. I fucking hate it. Okay. Man, it would be nice
So
if we
there are
had egg here.
currently 4 elders, and then the town itself counts as 2 votes.
Hmm.
And if there happens to be a tie, then we go up the chain.
Mhm.
No, Chain's dead.
We go up the ladder, and then the decision comes down to an entity we have no information about.
Well, we don't even know if any of the elders are on our side.
Could have come up in the meeting, we don't remember.
I mean, it's likely that that one of them is pro us because they put our names on the list. Or
Now,
rather, your name on the list.
I'm going to say, now that you know how the election works, you should have a better understanding of what goals you need to accomplish if you intend to win this election. Not a matter of just winning over the populace.
Well, if you hadn't interrupted me, I was talking about how we might need to go speak to the elders because we don't know if any of them are on our side. And since there's 4 of them for 4 votes, and only 2 votes from the populace, who basically are already all on the side of Lautric anyway, it might behoove us to spend a little bit more time trying to convince 3 people rather than 3,000.
Well, even if 3 people on the elders decide to vote for me, if the populace and 1 elder, we're stuck at a tie.
And then the Grand Elder. "50-50 is better than nothing."
Well,
Anyway,
you
I
guys
think
have about a week to come up with your plan, because I believe is everybody available for the 10th?
Yeah, I believe so.
Should be good.
Okay. So then take your week, come up with your plan, determine what you're going to do. And as Egg rejoins the party, we can have Lavinia's date. And
Woo!
Pedalin and Udanar can begin canvassing and scouting more information about the opponent, or trying to sow some seeds of favor for Lavinia.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Anything else before we call it a session? Oh, okay. I just want to once again give a shout out to Fantasy Grounds for being awesome. And I look forward to our next session, since there are no questions, comments, or concerns.